What I want to see is a Kunkka and Ancient Apparition mid together.
Oh, alright, I didn't think of
That's
that.
something
I mean,
to think about.
yeah, that's something we could have seen if
An Apparition mid together.
Team Empire or Navi drafting A and Kunkka. We'd see Dendi mid on the Ancient Apparition again, and then Kunkka support. You know? Classic Dendi Ancient Apparition with Shadowblade last time. That was a real treat to watch. That was against...
We'll be playing it this time, though, because AA is on the side of Team Empire.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it should be interesting how this match goes, because they played against each other 2 days ago when me and you were casting together Drag and Drop, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Navi managed 2 of them, but Empire nearly took that second game away from them. It ended up Navi turning it around towards the end to manage.
And a lot can happen in 2 days. And the Team Empire Twitter guy also tweeted earlier today, teams are playing bad versus Navi. Hopefully we won't make previous mistakes this time. So they're definitely resolute enough to try and turn things around and maybe even win this time around. Of course, there's a lot on the line, so they shouldn't lack for motivation.
Now, I'm worried that Team Empire here might pick up something like a Bloodseeker. The combination of fears that Team Empire has with the A not being able to heal, the Venomancer, of course, taking you down with all of his poison damage, and the Kunkka, if you get hit by that boat, not only does it protect you by 50% damage, it amplifies damage against the enemy team. So I can imagine that Team Empire picking up something like a Bloodseeker would be very dangerous for Navi right now. Sure, they have some heroes that can maybe slow down a run at you kind of style, but if you get hit with any two of those 3 spells, you're going to have a really kind of, as my Russian friend likes to say, Sonic, running around everywhere really fast and right-clicking you.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not going to have a good time. Huh? Memes? You know?
That's plenty of time for memes later. Come on, dude.
Come on, guys. Don't leave me hanging. I need people to think I'm cool. Mirana coming out, though. We're probably going to see a safe lane or mid Mirana, one of the two on the side of Empire. Roaming Mirana is like god-awful. No offense to anybody who likes it. That's just how I feel about it.
Oh, way to make friends. Oh god, they get brood-mothered. It's not actually the worst anti-brood game already, though, isn't it? Mirana has like Starfall at least. Venomancer can deal with it quite nicely with Gale.
But she needs vision for the Starfall. It's not the... Venomancer does okay against Broodmother, at least against her Spiderlings, if you max the... the Venomous Gale, because it stops her and her Broodlings from being able to 1 phase, and then 2, it does a massive amounts of magical damage that it will just tick them down. So there are ways you can do it. Of course, you can try to lane up the Kunkka against the Broodmother if you want to do a core Kunkka, but I don't think that's something Team Empire wants to do. They still have 1 pick left, and I can imagine that they could set it up something like a
10 seconds remaining.
Like a Bristleback or a Timbersaw. They can still fit something like that in their draft.
It's gonna have to be mid-hero, because I believe earlier in one of their games in the Dream League qualifiers, Navi actually also played the Broodmother, and that was picked up by Dendi, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see the same thing happen here. But so in that sense, there's still a couple of mid-heroes left that would have the AoE to deal with Spiderlings and have enough burst to deal with the Broodmother herself.
Mm-hmm. Team Empire bending up Lycan, of course, the Howl into having 10,000 spiders that are plus, 40? How much is it? 40, 50 damage? It's insane.
One thing I want to comment on that Team Empire could do here is they could pick up a puck, and that wouldn't be due.
Alchemist.
That works.
That works a little bit. It's going to take... If you just stand in that acid spray, the spiders can kind of fall, and Broodmother already is sort of a low HP hero to start off with, so she might not want to stand in that acid spray. Dendi, it looks like Dendi will be taking that Broodmother mid.
Yeah.
Who do you think has the edge, D-Drop? Let's start with you.
Well, the last pick Alchemist, there's always the chance of eating quite a few of these extra Spiderlings extra. Like, I don't know if you see this one clip from Envy, where like a bunch of spiders ran into him and gained an extra 1,000 gold. So if Dendi is not careful, similar thing might happen here, and just based on that alone, kinda want to give it to Empire. At the same time, it is a Broodmother. Like, if it's played correctly, if it's played well, it can take over a game.
Yeah, what do you think? Who do you think has the edge here in the draft, Neff?
I'm pretty much being a Navi fanboy at this point. I've been taking Navi as a favor over most teams in this tournament, but I think Empire's draft is really solid this game. That last pick was a decent counter to Broodmother and a powerful pick in its own right. So, draft advantage, I would say Empire, but you're never quite sure what Navi's going to do or how they're going to play. They've been surprising us at every turn in the tournament.
Think about all the axe upgrades that Chappie can give out later. Benno axe, crazy amount of damage. AA axe, same thing. Rana axe, good farming utility, and also more damage. And the Kunkka boat is probably the most interesting one, the most funny one to watch when the boat starts dragging people around. But anyway, game number 1 of this best of 3 series. We started a little bit late due to scheduling shenanigans, but we are finally here. The winner of these games will move on to the LAN finals of the PGL minor.
Seconds to battle.
Decent prize of 300k.
Just
Prize
a
pool.
small little dollar amount, you know.
Yeah, well, when you want a TI, it's not that much money.
Yeah, it's a minor money boost, you know.
I love Valve for how they decide to do this, though. I absolutely love them. We have so much Dota. I mean, it's gotten us scheduling issues, and games are starting late because of it, but I still love the amount of Dota that we have.
I have a lot of strong opinions on that, but that
here.
was not the time to talk about it, because Roger, well, he's up against 4 heroes. They go for the Chilling Touch first. Viposhka has the axe now to try and make this a little bit easier. Roger will be dragged back into the loving arms. Now the Gale will actually miss, and he has boots first, so he's actually pretty fast on his feet. Now the Cogs will come out. He's even denying them, so they don't get the last hits. Come on.
Roger God.
Absolutely. He's doing it again. This time on a clockwork.
Ah, what a player. I love Roger. Yeah, man, he's really growing on me the more games that I get to catch with him in them. So we already see engagements happening at top.
Yeah, Ghost Stick is gonna get a little bit bursted down here. Ooh, the CF might actually... No, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine, but he's going to be burning through quite a lot of regens. A good thing that he started with 7 tangos, huh? And a self. How do you see this mid matchup going? Actually, bottom lane, they're going on general as well.
Oh, the arrow will actually
the arrow.
connect. That's the first blood. There you go. Dansko will take that. Well, that'll just happen. Short range arrow. Long enough though for the stun setup. It's something that you
just staying
usually
a little
see.
bit
But
there too
still.
long.
Especially with Beastmaster, I mean, can't help but wondering that this Wild Axe's first points might have been a part of that, because otherwise you would have had that boar available. But as it stands right now, Roger coming in to try and help. Vanscore will take a little bit of extra damage from these axes. And there's the boar, but I couldn't quite get it in. Roger, he's committing heavily here, but the arrow will hit him right on the tower. FN, Vanscore's savior in this little skirmish.
Ah, man. Maybe he chose not to go boar first just because he's against 2 ranged heroes. And those boars are pretty weak level 1. Maybe like 2 hits and they're dead. So maybe that's why he opted not to go for it.
Yeah.
You know, it went just to secure some last hits. But 2 kills in the safe lane. Empire a little bit ahead.
Looks like Empire's Twitter guy may have been onto something when he realized, or with what he said, Empire clearly playing a lot better already in this game 1 than we saw in the first series. Their draft is super solid. And honestly, I think that they are doing everything they need to in this laning phase, and I guess Roger got a little bit overconfident with diving that AA, so things aren't turning very well in the safe lane. It's going to put Marana quite ahead.
You guys also think that it has an impact that Navi has played like pretty much non-stop from when we casted them earlier, while Empire had a lot of time to rest in between?
Yeah, they might be feeling some fatigue, but otherwise, I mean, these players play for long periods of time. They practice for a while, so I think he'll be fine. I think Navi's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Still, it starts to weigh on you when you play so many games in a row. You just get mentally exhausted. There's so many things you need to think about in a Dota game.
Dire are scanning.
So I don't blame them with a couple performance issues. How many hours in a row have they been playing Drag and Drop?
Quite a few. We started at, what, 15:30 today, which was 7 hours ago or something like that. 6.5.
I mean,
That was since
they're
then.
full-time. Yeah, the full-time Dota players, but Jesus Christ, that is a lot of Dota.
Well, General might feel it again. Chilling Touch gives him that extra bit of damage, and
Another put down.
yeah, another put down. Yeah, Mirana says it. Another kill on his bottom lane on the poor offlaner.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I guess Dandy's doing well. Surprisingly
He's
here, not feeling too
maybe
many
the last
spider
hits.
links.
I wonder though how many of those last hits for Alchemist have been spiderlings.
Probably not too many. I mean, distribution. He's made this little path to side jungle, and this is where he's keeping most of the spiderlings. The jungle, while he himself is just farming the lane with a zero.
Yeah.
The right way to play it, I guess.
But Alchemist is starting to fall, or starting to pull up a little bit ahead. Already 600 ahead in the net worth.
That's just what you expect.
Yeah, I mean, you try to pick up this Broodmother to try to, you know, win the lane that she's in, especially that when she's in a mid lane matchup like this. But Chappie playing pretty well, getting the edge and not feeling any pressure at all. And he's about halfway to level 6, so the kill potential there in the mid lane for Navi will be very, very low if that ultimate comes up. If and when that ultimate comes up.
Stick might be in trouble here in the side jungle. Roger's starting to run on him. He's also being kept track of, and the glimpse back into the cogs. They are very low health for farming the jungle here. Just gets run down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Then they're already farming Ancients as well on the side of Dire. He did a cool little trick. He dodged the Prowler damage to force him to root one of the Spiderlings. Then he's clearly a Prowler fighting expert.
Well, General is a dying expert in his bottom lane. Will get caught out again. 3 heroes around him. We're running away from this. Axe into the Cold Feet. Don't know if you actually talked about that in draft, but just one of these combos with the Ancient Apparition that makes it so freaking strong ever since they changed it to a 2-second stun duration.
Yeah, I actually thought that they would have done the combination for the First Blood when Roger was messing around with them, but now we see its potential here. I feel that, I mean, right now for General, he's kind of sad because Dendi is using his side jungle to farm, so General is not getting as much as he can in terms to catch up. Because usually Beastmasters will fall into their side jungle and catch up on that farm there, but when you have Dendi farming there, he can't catch up. Like there's nowhere to go. But now Dendi's allowing him to farm that side jungle there, and he'll take the left side Ancients.
Allowing him, huh?
I mean, when you're the mid player, you pretty much get to do whatever you want nowadays, right?
I don't know. Steerize, or my mid player, and me and Dragon Drop talked about this a couple times. The mid is a new off lane or something like that. Where
you talked about it a lot, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Vipushka doesn't actually quite find the Clockwork. Doesn't really want to go on him with the cogs. So Roger gets some extra space in this raid inside jungle to soak some of this experience. Chappie, even with his level 6, has to be careful not to drop too low to this. Vipushka now wrapping back around. Trying to look scary, but... well, actually kind of hard to catch this Clockwork right now with the Tranquil Boots completed.
Yeah, he's super speedy. But Chappie, he's actually rushing straight for the Radiance. He's not opting to go for the Armlet build at all. He's going to go straight to just clear out Spiderlings and Illusions.
Money, money, money.
The correct decision. Neff?
Oh, yeah. I was just saying money, money, money. That's all he really wants. He knows that forces Dendi's Spiderlings to move away. I think they lose their phase, and if he can chase them with detection, he's going to be in a bad place. Like, then he can even sit his Spiderlings onto Chappie as long as he has Acid Spirit off cooldown. Like, you're not going to kill him when he has a PMS and a Chemical Rage ready. Looks like this Moonlight Shadow was used defensively, though. I thought maybe the first time that would come out, we'd see a kill. But Mirana having the time of her life in the bottom lane. Like, so many kills, the Beastmaster can't get close. Now she's so out-leveled, Beastmaster can't get close without anybody else. So she's
going on Roger here. Gale will actually connect, but it does have the cogs in a nice little choking position. Cold Feet will actually proc though. Vipushka on the side with a follow-up torrent. Also has the axe available here to drag back for the Ancients if Roger would even be able to make it to try and deny himself. So finally they punish a small little clockwork goblin. Spoke to my own words there, but yeah, they finally punish him for just setting up shop on the radiant side of the map.
I think they've learned a lot since their first match with Navi, and they're just not having Roger's roaming and space creation. They're killing him at every chance they get now. They've had enough of him.
We'll take that.
Yeah, General's not getting the space that he usually gets. General actually is one of the more aggressive offlaners, and he's usually able to get a kill in the safe lane. But he's not. He's been kind of shut down here. So both Roger and General, they're two playmakers, not being able to play the game that they normally want to. This is probably gonna have to fall back onto Crystallize and Dendi to make the space.
But I'm a little bit surprised that Team Empire only have a 1k net worth advantage at this point in the game, considering they have an Alchemist. Alright, it's another dead Roger.
Yep, definitely looks like it, the combo. Once again, it strikes. Gabby's not getting the last hit on this one, but he only got a couple of other last hits here. If you look at his chart, almost 100. He'll go past 100 by the 10-minute mark, and if you switch net worth, yeah, he's sitting at 7k. He already has the relic, he already has the radiance.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
He's feeling pretty good here.
Gonna get Goner now, despite the Acid Spray dust comes out. Trying to turn us around. Miposhka with the Toll will actually connect on the real Spider, but they don't quite have the follow-up, of course, without the Unstable Concoction. Gappy just went full greed, but now he has the Radiance, so these Spiderlings, not long for the world. Look at this. Will they burn it to death? Some of them.
Oh my goodness.
It's like 2 or 3 of those at least.
Yeah. I mean, if you keep chasing them, you get a couple, but you could put yourself in a pretty bad spot because you're walking up towards the line, so... As much gold he was getting, he had some self-control there.
Yeah.
I know in that situation, I just keep running for the money and then probably die.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So, generally speaking, okay, there it is. Roger once again. X back into Torn, the arrow will fly, I'll just miss here, Coldfield will still proc, and Starfall will still get the kill. FN now also on the killing spree. Things aren't really going well for Navi so far. I mean, like, they're giving up kills left, right, and center. They're letting an Alchemist free farm. What's their plan here?
I mean, I guess they want to try to wait until their heroes get their items. PL does take a little while to come online.
But Roger, he's baiting this time. Snakeo's there on his side, but oh, never mind. They're not even trying to help. Roger just walks into death one more time.
Yeah, I mean, we see this kind of play out of Roger a lot, where he just fights into the enemies non-stop, and Navi get to sort of do what they want around the map, but I don't think that's enough against this sort of lineup, especially when the Alchemist getting all the farm that he wants. And he has his Radiance, going to excel and excel.
Yep.
Radiance armlet already up, so it's like, I mean, normally you see this combination, these two combination of items already at 11.5 minutes, but normally you will see this at like maybe 15 to 16 minutes in a normal item build. But so Chappie really rolling in that money there. And actually, I don't blame when I asked the question about is it the correct decision to go that Radiance first. I think it was, just because one, for the money and greediness, but two, he knows that the PL is not gonna. It's a slow ramp up hero. It doesn't come out too strong in the beginning, and he was already doing super well against Dendi, so that Radiance pickup very smart, and it's just rolling in that cash now.
Alright, mechanics question.
Yes.
If you kill PL illusions, do you also get extra money as the Alchemist?
Yes, you do.
Ooh.
I mean, the PL illusions already scale. I think it's no, they actually don't scale. They're always what,
always 5 golds. Yeah.
But yeah, the illusions do scale with the anything that you kill, and if you include wards, plague wards, illusions, whatever have you, spiderlings, of course. That all goes into Grievel's Greed.
Right. Know that like the Undying Zombies work as well.
Mm-hmm. There's one patch where you could farm, what was it, Dark Seer Wall illusion. Someone would just sit inside them, keep on getting the gold for them.
You can still do that.
Again, if you're an alchemist, you get really.
Yeah, of course. I mean, especially now, ever since the wall changed, so it didn't do damage anymore. Like I've seen clips of Sand Kings sitting there with 5 health points in Sandstorm. and just rolling in the money essentially because the illusions will instantly pop.
I thought there was something that they would have patched out by now.
No, this is still very much a viable option.
Alright,
Well, I don't know how viable, but it's still in the game, so...
Extremely viable. That's how viable.
Well, top lane seems to be another point of action here.
Yeah, I glimpsed back the Venomancer into the Static Storms. A fairly easy kill.
Maybe a second one.
Oh, it's actually catch a Fen. They didn't actually have to use the glimpse, but now the bot coming in to try and help out a Fen. We'll clear through some of these illusions, but Crystallize still very much alive, and King only has the Feudal Blade. It's not going to be enough to bring him down. There's Chappie, and don't think he got the money for that one. You're gonna have to call you out on that, but or at least they keep the rest of their team alive. FN popping the shrine himself.
I guess I was wrong.
Alright. Weird.
Structures are fortified.
Well, can't be right every time.
Yep.
This is why we learn every day.
Radiant's bottom tower
What was I going to say? I was going to say that would have been a really good kill for Navi on that Mirana. Like, everything's been going the way of Empire so far in this game. The fact that they got the Venomancer out there was really important, but like, getting that Mirana too would have been a lot more significant, so Empire really didn't lose that much in that exchange, even though Navi had to rotate all of their heroes for it. Well, everybody except for Dendi, I think, was there, right?
under attack.
Yeah, and then he was taking the tier 1 bottom, so making space for his teammate, getting 2 important kills. Alleviates the pressure on the map.
Gonna take the tier 2 as well here if this is not responded to. So there's a giant armor of Spiderlings. Can tag the tower with his Desolator, and yeah, I mean, you have talked a lot about Chappie's farm, but Dendy's no slouch either. He's been utilizing their jungle just as effectively.
Yeah, going back to what you said, being earlier when Navi was only 1k behind, and now just 2k behind. Just because it was the farming presence of Dendi. He was farming all of the side camps and the jungle and the ancients, keep them alive. As we see Seneko drop in the dire jungle to Maposhka.
Unlucky.
Dire's top tower
Yeah.
is under
So
attack.
Definitely
Dendi doing
secure
pretty well
style.
in keeping up in terms of net worth.
I mean, the Mask of Madness Desolator was a pretty good pickup. They're always going to need to commit to at least 2 heroes. Dendi probably. I don't think anybody other than just the Alchemist by himself is able to deal with Dendi. So with him down there, there's a constant threat of your tower being taken if you don't keep your eyes on him.
Well, if Ennis there now, throws down an arrow, wanted to get the catapult, but that figures out that there's some Spiderlings in the way. So far, so good.
Looks like they might be trying to... Oh no, I was thinking that they were going to set up for a kill on Mirana, but looks like Mirana was a little bit too wise for that. She decided to leave. So Phantom Lancer and Seneko just kind of waiting around the jungle. These kind of rotations, if they fail to make anything, especially when you're bringing your hard carry down, are a little bit bad. Like, every time you spend time on a failed gank, it's like a huge advantage in the other team's pocket. It's essentially as much as getting a kill if you failed to get a kill. I know it sounds a little bit weird, and there are better ways of wording that, but...
Well, gonna try again. Glimpse into Static Storm this time on Mirana. No help. But, well, at least they found the spiders with the boat combo. Got a bit of money there for the Kunkka. And Chappie, okay, he actually catches Snake. So that's another consolation prize. And look at this, Dandy isn't even out of the woods. In fact, he's indoors, quite literally.
In trees!
Thank you. Thank you for this insight.
Thanks, analyst.
Welcome. Glad it could be of service.
Like, I try and make subtle jokes, and then you have to just punch it on the nose.
Yeah.
Well, Vansco's dead.
Alright.
That face.
Dendi doing even more work. I mean, he did, like, as well as he could have. He responded to this Alchemist mid lane pickup as well as he could.
Dire's middle
He might...
tower is under attack.
Other
Seen the
webs, they still had one more.
I mean, he's gonna have to leave. There's a Kunkka coming with Dust, and X is a very scary thing, especially in this patch. It's like actually impossible to get away from Kunkka, depending on how he decides to use his X torrent, because there's a 1.6 second delay, 1.6 second stun time, 4-second downtime on X. Like, it actually is impossible to TP away from that if you play your cards right with it.
Yep.
I think it needs to be rescaled back down to 10 seconds, but that's just my opinion.
Well, as it stands right now, it is quite the nuisance, almost more than the Glimpse. Because Glimpse you're generally only using once in the team fight, like this. Glimpse leap out of the Static Storm though, Seneko a little bit too late with this one. Hookshot will still connect, but Ven gets his own ultimate off. The dust is there, but Venskor coming in to try and help to slow down Venskor. Oh, Roger dropping so low. Venskor will end up giving up his own life, but, well, again, quite a bit. General, next on the list. What? Denied himself with his boar? Oh my god, it's happening again. Oh.
I love things like that. I think there was... God, it must have been a really long time ago. I think TI6, some of the players picking Broodmother denied themselves against the Queen of Pain with their own spiderlings, but denying yourself with a boar was a new one to me.
Yeah. Oh, we can stun the boar. That was a lot of fun back in tier 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
That was a different time.
Stun the board.
Oh yeah.
And he getting
Actually catch Andy with the axe. Ice Blast already connected. The boat. Torn actually missed time.
Unlucky.
Pushka. Not ideal. Happy still chasing though, but well, won't really be able to catch up when the Broodmother's in the webs. Does send out the illusions forward.
He is now Naga Siren.
Pretty much.
It's kind of interesting how this build still works enough.
Actually going on him right now. Does not have his ultimate. Turns things around with a stun, but he needs some more help. Another slow from the Diffusal Blade. The Hookshot will connect as well. They find Chappie without his ultimate, and they get the kill. The Ice Blast on 2 though of N. Now taken over as main carry. They will catch Saneko, but, well, he'll slow him down inside the Static Storm. The Poshka being run down by Crystallize on the side. And that'll be that. Now, Phantom Lancer, well, continuing to fight. FN cannot withstand that. Ghost Stick pops his own ultimate, and that should spell the end of this. Navi cannot continue with this effect taken away at them. No matter how low FN might be, he did get the TP back to base now.
Yeah, very good play by Navi, but FN keeps on escaping these out of the skin of his teeth. So, he knows exactly how much he can go in. Pretty impressive play by him.
Yeah, well played there by Navi. He's getting a huge goal swing. Crystallize got 700 gold out of that. General got 473, so Hero's getting a huge influx of net worth just by killing the Alchemist, who's 5,000 gold ahead, even after that death. One thing I did wanted to point out here is that General got a Shadow Blade. What do you guys think about this pickup? Is maybe we're going to see some engagement? Oh.
Ownage. Best item in Dota, gives you 14 seconds of invincibility.
Invisibility means invincibility.
To give you an indication of the bracket that Neff is operating in.
What? Hello? That item owns. You can bleed teams dry with it. It's just too good. Do you ever, like, you're playing solo support, like, somebody fourth picks a jungler and you're supporting by yourself, and suddenly the enemy team has 3 Shadow Blades, and you're trying to put wards and dust down everywhere, and then next thing you know, you're a Crystal Maiden with boots and most of your wand, but not a full wand at 40 minutes.
Well, Chappie, this is something more satisfying, just running down a few extra spiderlings. Plus 28 on top of the, what, 15 gold or something that they give?
Making that money.
Only up to 18, almost 19k, so it's the sizable amount. The problem is that he's the only one who's up in that realm. Might have N's kinda close, but still 2 and 4k ahead are Navi's Phantom Lancer as well as the Broodmother respectively. So, can this be a liability with all of this net worth concentrated on the Alchemist?
I mean, definitely for sure. Just because if he goes down, it kind of just falls apart for Team Empire. If and as we saw there in the jungle fight, if he's not, ooh, Dendi, is he okay?
I think they still know he's there. Now they find him if they had vision, but the sentry is just a little bit out of range. Oh no.
No, he's gonna go back into it.
Dendi probably scared for his life right now.
That's a TP out.
Dendi just got his BKB here. Now it's rush time.
Right.
They should be able to dig this pretty quickly with the insatiable hunger and the desolator. So, and of course the inner beast aura.
This boss comes in just as Roshan is finished. They'll clip a few heroes, but there's nothing they can do about that. Empire not in position or any sort of initiation.
Wait, look at this. Navi now 1k net worth ahead of Dire Team. That's when you're considering Alchemist role-playing his Naga Siren with his Grievel's Greed and Manta Radiance. Always managed to pull ahead in the network.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been Chappie who's been able to go out and farm. FN has been kind of stifled since the laning phase in his ability to get out. And he hasn't picked up an item that helps him farm, like a Maelstrom, which is now he's going for, or even something like a Blink Dagger, or an Aghanims, or a Yasha even. He's opted to go for this Lincoln Sphere, maybe to stop from getting glimpsed, but more importantly, from getting roared. So he just needs to catch up a little bit in terms of his farm. Maybe he's expecting to get an Aghanims from his Alchemist at some point this game. And looking at Chappie's farm, he's not too far off from that region. Just maybe a couple more Mystic Staffs to finish off this Octarine and Shiva's Guard. So he'll get that pretty quickly. But looking around the map, what do you think? Navi's going to do with this Aegis, Neff?
Well, they're going to start to be able to push towers pretty soon. I mean, Beastmaster can straight out buy his level 3 Necronomicon right now. They get use out of the Aegis. I don't think they're going to wait for Phantom Lancer building Scotty, but that's something that's happening. Alright, this is something they'll probably wait for. Dendi going for a Blink Dagger right now. Just 250 gold away from it. I mean, I don't see how... Okay, he's got the money for a Blink Dagger. He's going to buy it in the side shop. Interesting. I guess he can jump on the back lines and, like, kill the Kunkka the Mirana, or do that!
Oh, gonna kill Chappie right now, doesn't have the ultimate going, but gets it off just in the nick of time, but still so much damage. Danny just tearing through him. And now, well, the Phantom Lancer cleans through the supports, another Fuel-Blade charge used, and Vance goes 3 for nothing. Just like that. Phantom Lancer did get the ultimate off, I believe. Roger is slowly ticking to that, but should be fine. Yeah, it's already over, and that's not just a couple of dead heroes. But also dead here too, and maybe more. Buyback forced out. He does have the money for it, but...
Yeah, he does it, but he doesn't have his ultimate up for 20 seconds, and that's what allows him to fight. Because Navi is going to back up here and maybe just push the tier 2 mid.
The liability that we were talking about earlier, if Chappie dies like that, Empire just cannot take a fight.
I think me and you were casting a game together ages ago. Was playing on Naga Siren. Deaths on that Naga Siren, which is so significant. She died twice, the game was over.
Yep.
It's that sort of situation. He's carrying, like... God, he has like half the net worth on his team on just his hero. That's a lot.
That's the bad actually.
It's so true, actually, yeah.
It's actually how it is. He's half the net worth of his...
under half.
Yeah. But yeah, if you lose him, you lose any gold advantage you might have, and Navi is up by 5k right now.
Yeah, it's like the classic Darkseer problem. If your Darkseer is number 1 ahead of net worth, you have a problem. And of course, Alchemist is usually always going to be ahead of net worth, but when he's ahead by this much, it kind of hinders the rest of your team.
It's not so much that he has the money, that's good. It's that the rest of his team doesn't. And partly because, of course, he's taking up a lot of the space on the map, and they haven't been able to find too many big team fights or kills. So even Towers only took 2 so far in this game.
Yeah, and they're actually just all sitting around him, like they're not farming.
It's under attack.
Even FN is not being allowed to farm here because they're so scared of Navi's ability to jump on them. The Shadow Blade on General, of course, Roger playing on that Clockwork. Just being able to catch anybody out if they're alone.
Well, looks like they might want to go here. Dendi is X back. Chappie forced to use the stun though on some Phantom Lancer losers. Slowly chipping away at this tier 2 mid. The Empire would rather like to hold on to it, I assume. Oh wow, the arrow actually connects. They get up there in time. They can throw an Ice Blast, and I think that's gonna be enough. It is. The Aegis is down. Just like that, with the long-range artillery now. Okay, great hookshot from Roger. It's a stack storm onto 2 here. Trying to meta his way out of it, and Chappie will get to the side, but doesn't have his ultimate going. Vance goes down already, gets glimpsed back. He is slowed down by the Fusel Blade. 5 short stun here, and they do get the Broodmother, but at what cost? Crystallize will finish up Chappie, and now, well, FN strong enough to bring him down this time. Somehow he gets himself a triple kill. Maybe we are underestimating him a little bit. Now, they're looking for more Seneko. Another arrow could land into him, could not dodge it. The actual there to ensure the ultra kill for FN. Well, he certainly got money now.
It's caught up a little bit. Full Maelstrom done. Oh man, that the fight right there. That came down just to straight vision there. They had the sentry here and the sentry in the mid lane here, but they just missed this tiny little area where they were not able to see Chappie, and then he was just able to extend that fight just by a tiny bit and force Navi to dive in. But man, the outright damage from the Kunkka Bode and the Venom ulti and the AA Blast. Well, the AA Blast was not up in that fight, but because it's used earlier to take out Denny. But yeah, it's very difficult when to fight in when all your heroes get hit by those spells.
I don't know how Alchemist got out of that. I mean, he was inside the cogs as well as the Static Storm. I think he meted out of one, and then the Kinetic Field just ended or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he was able to get out just a tad bit and get his ultimate also. That's what allowed him to live a little bit longer.
Torrent. We should connect there on the Beastmaster. The dust not so much.
Invincibility Blade.
What do you think about this? General is actually not going to go for the Necro books. He's actually going to go for a Hex. He just wants to go for full lockdown.
I mean, it makes sense given that, again, half the network team on the Alchemist. I guess it's evened out a little bit after that play on FN. That was almost disastrous for Empire. It's like really well played by them for being able to keep Chappie alive, or Chappie staying alive in that. Because if he went down just a little bit earlier, I think that they could have pushed high ground there.
Yep. Next time you should have his you should have Zoctarine core as well. Not too far away from the Mystic Staff. Does not bite anyway, so it's gonna be hard to do harder to finish off. Not only because of the life steal, but also because it puts the Chemical Rage in a very manageable downtime range.
Mm-hmm. Think so. Alright, what's the next?
Ouch. Well,
didn't even get the Phantom Lancer illusions though.
Well, they're fairly tanky at this point. Crystallize does a lot of damage actually, with or without the AD rune. 211.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised that Crystallize opted not to go for the heart here. I mean, I know yes they have an AA on the other side, but I feel that item is pretty standard after your Diffusal Blade Manta pickup. At mid lane, they're going to be looking for a kill here. Not finding anyone.
Alright. It's actually going to be a pretty short Roche, just 10-minute respawn time. So you think Navi wait for that for their next push? Like, they seem to have control of this game, like, constantly on the side of the map of Empire.
Yep. Get rid of the vision here, they might want to plop some down of their own. You have a Sentry and Snako for the time being. They're busy delivering the Skadi here to crystallize. And Empire, yeah, they figure, alright, Roche time might be soon, so let's try and take a fight ourselves. Snako gets X back. This should be a fairly quick one. A little bit of a burst into a glimpse back on Chappie. Into Dendy here, they see him, pops a PKB. Ghostic puts the poison effect on top of him, but they're gonna need some extra physical damage. Dropping him down right now, he's starting to fight, but, well, the stun just as the BKB ends. Oh, what's it called? The Insatiable Hunger. Can't help you when you're dead. Meanwhile, down bottom, the Roar comes out. Ancient Apparition. Starting that initial fight in mid. They do repel this push. They can perhaps set up for Roshan now.
I'm not so sure about that. I mean, that was a really good play by General. Like, that fight had gone really poorly for them. And his reaction to that, or while that fight was going poorly, he forced them all to go bottom instead of taking the Roche. Like, they were all right beside the pit, but they weren't enough by themselves to stop General's push. He even managed to take out more than half Tier 3's tower. Well played by him.
Yep. Base Gaming. Oh, I'm gonna lose Snako again though. Glimmercave keeping him alive momentarily, but it's only 5 seconds of invincibility. It's not long enough. We'll track him down. With him down for 45 seconds here, Broodmother's still down for the count for 30.
Yeah.
Should be able to finishes up now, definitely.
I mean, we saw what was it, General did last game on Roshan. We might see that again right now at Roger. He's waiting for it.
Oh, with the rage, being used on the APL illusions. They're doing chip damage here and there. They're setting themselves up around the pit in Empire. They won't have any of it. Want to be safer if they're going for this. They abandon the attempt.
I mean, there's that thread of clockwork just hookshotting in, and I think they're well aware of it. The flare came in, they saw the angle the flare came in.
Yep.
So they thought, okay, that's not worth it. We saw what you did to, what was it, Vega Squadron, just the other game. We're not going to let you do that to us.
A different player on the clock, but still.
Yeah, but, you know, he was in position to do the exact same thing. So that's okay. I'm going to do what General did. Here I go,
They didn't have
boys.
vision in that area either. Roger, very well positioned in that time, but we're going to see a smoke from Navi. They're going to be
Smoke
coming
from
in
Empire
without
Multiple
vision, but they
Fall.
do see Chappie.
But yeah, they're jumping him. Hookshot to start with. Static Storm to follow. Actually gets pushed out of it. Glimpsed right back in. Manta starts it off, and Static Storm about to end. Does get his ultimate off. The Ice Blast comes through, but they're gonna have enough damage. Maybe, maybe not. Ghost Stick. Enough time for him to follow up with his own ultimate. Crystallize. He will take out that as well as the Ice Blast. Then the same story for him. So this crazy combo between the Veno and the Ancient Apparition paying dividends. Getting quite a few heroes in general, even forced to deny one of his own buddies. Clockwork also falling at his hands, and this is the opening with or without Chappie. We'll be able to find Roshan.
Yep, no way they stop it this time. No Clockwork, no carry, no mid, like... Wow. I mean, they need to kill that Alchemist faster. One thing I just wanted to talk about as I was trailing off the middle of what I was just saying.
Yeah.
The fact that he stays alive for so long is the reason why Navi are losing these team fights at this point. They need more damage. Like, hopefully Phantom Lancer gets his butterfly, he's gonna have enough. He's 6 slotted at this point, so he doesn't get much tankier than he currently is. Maybe he replaces the armlet with, like,
yeah.
a heart or a assault cuirass, but... Christ, he just doesn't go down.
No, he doesn't, and now he's going to be working towards his first Agatham Scepter. Who do you think gets it? I think that maybe the Veno? And not the Veno, I mean the AA? Maybe the AA?
Ancient Apparition, I would say.
It has the best utility here.
It puts it up
FN is already
from
farmed.
9 or 10 seconds at max level to 17 seconds flat. It's just such a huge upgrade. 17 seconds is an eternity in Dota time.
And it works so well with the Venomancer dots, like not being able to regen any HP while you're ticking down from both of those spells. Most people just die. I mean, the Beastmaster General over here, he had to deny Roger on the Clockwork because like they were well away from the fight. So pair that with an AA ult, gonna go down even quicker.
You didn't even have a chance to deny. You just shatter.
Yep.
Well, you can deny shatters. I mean, we saw that come out from Oracle the other day. Remember Dragon Drop? Oracle used the heal on his ally to kill his ally under Ancient Apparition ultimate.
I can't quite recall that, but it sounds amazing.
Definitely happened though, since you can't drop below 1 HP from Oracle ult, but you can bring somebody below 10% kill threshold is. So nuking them down with that will actually deny them when they're under the Ancient Apparition ult. Hashtag Netfacts.
Yeah. Yeah, because the kill is awarded to the person who puts the guy over the threshold.
Yep.
So yeah, that would make sense. Lag spikes. I hate lag spikes. I heard hashtag Netfacts and that was about it.
I heard hashtag Nefhacks.
Netfacts? Yeah.
Yeah, is he hacking the
Oh
game?
no.
That's how I win my games.
That's how we solve Dota.
Back
By hacking it.
Yeah.
Back ban.
Well, Empire get tier 2 bottom. How far will they go now with this HSN cheese in hand?
However far Navi will lift them. I mean,
Yeah,
doing
General
their
is
own-
pushing top though, but they're already responding back. Playing it safe.
Yeah.
Because I heard somebody eat a cheese.
Really?
Huh.
It was Chappie?
I've been a misclick. Ghost explaining well played, so I do have to assume this was used ironically. Yeah, there's no more cheese in Navi's inventory. Or Empire's for that
Empire,
matter.
Yeah, I think it was
Empire
Chappie.
saying, I don't even need cheese.
General, he's invis together with Dandy. FN sitting on the side, the roar will come out after Lincoln Sphere is triggered, so that's a quick Aegis steal. Gappy already made the track back though, Dandy with BKB will keep him safe. Chappie dodging his own stun. Well played indeed, sir. In general, he's in this too.
Invincibility.
Also holding a
I'm
gem
telling
though.
you.
Yeah,
It's the best
he
item
died
in the
there.
game.
If he died there, it would have been disastrous. And meanwhile, speaking of dying, Roger, he should be the sacrificial lamb for Navi. And he is. FN with a godlike spree.
Yeah, they actually even use Venom ulti to kill that clockwork. But
That's
they're
safe
coming up
and
high
sorry.
ground. Without this clockwork, I'm not sure how they can repel this push, but they will opt for the split pushing strategy instead.
On bottom, Crystallize working away at it. TP back from 2 heroes already. And Empire, yeah, they just don't want to be split pushed. They don't want to be cheesed. That's why they ate the cheese. They don't want it.
Good
No
one.
cheese. Get this cheese out of my Dota.
Both teams are just playing so well this game, though. This series really has been a pleasure to cast.
Oh yeah, it's only game 1. But it's definitely worthy of being the grand finals of the close qualifiers here.
Sorry, I said series. What I meant to say was the close
Game?
qualifiers for CIS region. Been a pleasure to cast.
Alright.
Seen really interesting things.
Oh god, the raw onto Chappie. They're gonna try this again. Ice Blast comes through though, hits on 2. BKB from Crystallize will protect him for the time being. Static Storm, they're trying everything, but Alchemist is still very much alive. Roger, not so much. Does get the cogs off, pushes back a couple of people, then score into the loving arms of the Phantom Lancers. So it'll be a 2-for-1 trade for the time being. Chappie, you gotta run, you gotta hide. Pop your armor, there it is. With control into Crystallize, they need someone else to do the damage. Ghostleg is doing that to Snake at the very least. Where the hell is FN at? He's there, leaping forward. Trying to find Crystallized. Chappie will TP the shrine. Gets a stun off with a vision from the Shivas. Now doppelganger to the low ground. Crystallized. Still in a lot of trouble here. Triple arrow.
Oh!
They get one of the illusions as he meant to start it off. He dodges that one with another doppelganger. He's trying his best, but ultimately FN will be the one to end his reign. Beyond godlike streak on this guy. Holy hell. 14-1 and 8. We've been talking a lot about Chappie, but he's been more of the bullet sponge in this game, and FN, he's been the sniper.
Yeah, he's able to catch up. Once they got that Maelstrom, and then into the Mjolnir, his farm potential, his farming speed hasn't just increased by so much. Also, it does help to win almost every single fight. When you just don't get focused, you're able just to rack in that damage.
Yeah, but Chappie, just impossible to take down, like, in combination, all that HP and armor with the boat buff in that team fight. Then he's healing up because of the Radiance and Chemical Rage. He's just too hard to take down, but Navi keep trying. I mean, he has to die for them to be able to break high ground and push against the enemy team, but they can't do it. How do they do it? Like, with the boat buff on them.
Boat buff,
Thought
Glimmer
this
Caves.
It's just impossible at this point. They don't have the damage to pull through. I mean, they have the lockdown, but the damage just isn't there.
Axe back on Roger. He turned into another kill. The arrow, one of them will connect. Roger will be forced back into his friends. That's all space created. Chappie sitting in front. Taking down tier 3. They can easily fall back now if they want to and just go for shrines.
I think that's exactly what they decide to do.
God comes back, will not turn into anything, and yeah. As they said, they don't want to repeat mistakes that they've done previous games against Navi, so they're just following the playbook. Get shrines, wait for next Roshan, which may respawn in 35 seconds.
Van Score did receive the first Agonist buff, so looks like we were right there. Pat on our backs for us.
Dragon was right. Hashtag play-by-play analysis.
Analysts were left. Play-by-play was right.
Analyst for what?
Yeah. What's our purpose here? I mean, he's going to have another egg interceptor out pretty quickly, but at this point I think he saves for buyback. He's impossible to take down once. They don't take him down twice, that's for sure. Like, you just need way more damage on your Phantom Lance and whatnot. It's too difficult to get that damage these days as well on a PL. Like in the past, Abyssal Blade was plus 100 item. Now I guess like consolation prize is MKB. He's thinking about going Butterfly, but I think decided to take like.
They stuns themselves now. General will follow up with a roar, but they're too scared. The arrow flies in. Empire coming in to try and punish them. So Neko will just swat it down.
It's a gem on the Venomancer.
Yep.
Ghost Stick, seeing it all.
Ever recover Navi's gem, or do you still have it? Look like it. There's an extra gem in Empire Space. But yeah, Chappie looking for more crystallized. Well, you can dodge that. It'll be fine, but well, General can't dodge it. What? All right, then. He XP Porshka, so he couldn't X him back into the boat.
Yeah.
Good play.
I wonder if there's a little bit of lag happening here. Second or third time I've seen Mposhka miss his abilities there.
Maybe some delay that he's not used to or something like that.
Yeah, there might be some delay.
Should be normal Lux servers. They've all been playing
the
on
guy's
these.
leg. I'd more likely put it up to leg than misplace. Matroshka has been
Well,
shown.
he got hacked, so he couldn't. He literally couldn't press a button. So.
No, but I mean in like the earlier things and whatnot.
He missed a few X torrents,
Oh,
but maybe Roger can get it.
He tried it.
Didn't get it.
Just slightly off the mark with the timing. Now it's actually hiding up there, but it will be found out. Ghostic sees him there. Does have another 4-star, but only in 5 seconds. Trying to TP out. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Well, Roger's no general. I think we've determined that much. Kappa face.
Oh, come on. Very good clockwork in his own right.
Yeah.
No Kappa. Or whatever they say on the Twitch television.
That is true. I mean, Roger has been in an amazing 4 position throughout every game that we've seen Navi play, and well, General looking to try and roll somebody up, but can't quite even kill the Kunkka. Soneko drops a Static Storm, and well, then he comes in to try and help with that kill.
Huge damage on Dendi. Like, that Desolator just chunked him down from like 25% HP into nothing. And he's all that minus. Yeah. I mean, he's ready to take high ground as soon as he gets the chance or the enemies look away. They've almost, this tower, tier 3, is almost dead, and Navi can get shrines themselves. Dendi's not going to have much trouble doing that, I imagine. Phantom Lancer just has to wait around a couple seconds. I think he's going to throw his Manta Illusions out to take that tier 3. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to try and do. We'll see if, probably going to Gale them though, stop them coming through. Come on, do it. Let me be right. Yeah.
There it is. Phantom Lance Illusions on secret mission.
Yeah, but you can see Dendi is setting up his spider webs here by their extension.
That
and
is.
here comes the children.
2 damage done.
19 HP.
Hashtag worth.
21.
Hashtag worth.
Dendi wearing them down. Yeah, but even with this, all these advantages starting to come out from the side of Empire, Navi is still constantly making the fights stay on Empire's side of the map. Empire's fighting by their rules most of the time. I mean, there was that one fight where they managed to take Aegis, push through mid lane, take that Rax, and start to take shrines. They still have one shrine up because Empire just can't find a window to head through and head on their side of the map. And Navi's going to take shrines on their own once this tower goes down another 19 HP, and they establish even more map control. So they're staying in this, even though net worth advantage is hugely swinging in the favor of Empire. But I don't know, like Empire's overall, like, I don't know how I say it, like with all the Aghanim Scepters going to go out inside of Empire as Alchemist gets more and more net worth. That's going to be a huge problem for Navi. Just have more inventory slots than the other team.
Yep. Has he given out another axe yet? Doesn't look like it. No, it's still just the one on the Ancient Apparition. He did up for the Mjolnir. Placing that armlet, so it's... At some point you can almost 6-slot the Radiance if you really want to. You can still upgrade the Boots of Travel and obviously get your moonshots for everybody.
Yeah, and they chunked away at the top tier 3 again, lost a couple hundred just from General giving it a couple taps. All of his ores and his Necro Book and the huge mess of has, and Alchemist can't go and fight him by himself and catch him out, and Mirana is going to need to buy dust to catch him by himself. Shadowblade, literally the ultimate item in Dota 2.
Well, FN gonna take care of this lane for a little bit. Meanwhile, the rest of his team down bottom, including Chappie here leading the charge on this front. If you have to really break a Rax, and well, as you guys said, it's getting very hard with the way Navi is able to control the lanes and keep them pushed out.
Might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Maybe slow down. One of the arrows will connect here to drop every spell that they have. The torrent will connect. That's just a very easy kill. They also get the axe on Seneko. No running away from Miposhka. And the last couple of right clicks from FN will get himself another kill. Beyond godlike for the longest time. Still 16-1. Absolute monster.
Oh,
X plays
Yeah,
here
he just picked
on
up that
Shappy.
aggro. He was not gonna have buyback, but bottom lane. The rat is coming.
Then he's down bottom. And Beastmaster up top. Ghosting made his way back here. They did the Axe play on Shappy. He was trying to push out a top lane enough, but it's not gonna happen. He's gonna lose 2 of their towers at the same time on the entire side. Shappy's punching away on some racks of their own. They get this one. Crystallize back in frame. Dealing with losing. Hookshot will actually connect on the Alchemist. And that was an X back, I believe. Yeah. I don't know. Got X back all the way to the bottom lane. That is again Shappy with another TP. Will take care of this problem. They did lose the range tracks up top.
they're about to
take
lose
a
a
full
range track to a
set.
catapult, though.
Yeah, like take a full set down bottom. So super annoying for Empire to deal with, but they come out ahead.
Mhm.
Still kind of
No.
crazy that's Navi able to do that from an 18k deficit.
Yeah, I mean, well played by them. Like, Navi is showing themselves to be really, really strong team in this tournament so far. And this far behind, you said, impressive.
Yeah, they're doing a good job playing the map. It's something they normally do very well. They, pressuring your enemies. In this case, instead of they're not pressuring their enemies in terms of kills, but they're doing it in terms of building damage, and they're chipping away slowly. But of course, the farm is only going to come in for Mirana. She just pick up the NKB, so the damage is real. So they can easily just take these buildings very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Pause coming out, not quite sure what that was. Back to the game. Alright, I think, again, it's too hard for them to push. I think next Roche is going to decide a lot whenever it comes out.
I think Navi doesn't care. Empire has kind of set themselves up in this position where they're already a racks up. So they think, like, okay, now we're in the position that if we lose, we can trade our racks for racks because we will always be a racks up anyway.
We're gonna go mid now. So far, the lanes are looking decent. Only the Spiderlings, only I say, and a bunch of range creeps and whatnot. And now the Beastmaster actually TPing onto a wall, so that bottom lane will be pressured. Meanwhile, though, Empire will be uncontested in their mid racks attempt. Can't even get top racks now because there's still a tier 2 standing, so they'll have the ability to TP back home. Unless it's being cancelled here. They're on a hunt. Roger will find the Alchemist, so they're gonna be forced to fight here. The arrows fly, will not catch anybody. So far so good. Glimpse back into a couple of spells here. He's muted. This was a static storm from Axe with Snako. That'll be enough to bring Chappie down. Fenzo still in the middle of that. Has to fight against 2 heroes. Buyback into the TP and the vent. Leaps away to stay alive. The roar, I didn't know where that came out. Illusion, another hero, I don't know. Anyway, General gonna be run down. Triple kill for FN, who's still alive. Gonna go for the axe play to bring him right back. Just a quick heal inside the fountain. Then regroup for the top lane.
Yeah, super active. That X saving you tons of time. But it looks like they decided not to push after all. They were fine with just that buyback coming out from the Master. Playing it slow, not taking any risks. Navi. They got the rack.
Yeah, they saw that. One, yeah, as you said, they're playing safe, and 2, they saw General activate his refresh orb. So, in case something did go awry, he would have another roar available to him.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, they took the racks. Navi really didn't get much out of that. I mean, they forced the buyback from Alchemist, but odds are you're not going to take him down in the next couple of minutes. And even if you do, it's too difficult to fight against the enemy team. And by then, he's going to have, Mortal, I imagine. Catching him out once there was pretty difficult in its own right. It was a really good pick-off by Roger to get that hook shot off, but I'm not sure it's enough. Just need too many things now, and they can push through any lane and take top after they take top too.
Yeah. Yeah, they're actually going to TP back here. A little surprised.
Somebody's getting pressured middle lane as well. Rest of them backing up. Arrows will fly to cover the
Andy's
retreat.
trying to find someone.
General's actually also sticking around. Finds the Hex here with a Hawk Vision, Ancient Apparition. Full event score. Shouldn't end up falling death to Dustin Roger. And that'll be that. Whatever they can get at this point. FN. Oh wow, he actually stuck around. I don't think Navi expected that. He just snipes off. The Beastmaster still had the Ancient Apparition effect on him. Frostbite, as it's called. Confusingly enough.
Dead without buyback too.
Yeah. This is an opening for them to get Roche and go high ground again.
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, now would, if they had a chance, maybe now would be, just because the A is down, like block away to have large amounts of team fight in that rush pit. That being said, they still have the boat available, and Venom is the Venomancer is poison Nova, so Navi has to respect that.
Yep. Ushuhun being filmed by Chappie.
One of them dying to... Oh no, I thought one of them died. I'm wrong though. Thought it got the attack off back after spell or something like that, but case. But Navi are probably going to need a miracle now to be able to survive the like 27k gold advantage that Empire has, all these Raxes that Empire has, and Aegis and Cheese now. I'm not sure they're going to be able to defend this one.
The prize is
Yeah, I don't see how Crystallized stays in these fights anymore. They have 1 Mjolnir, 2 Mjolnir, 3 Mjolnirs on the side of Team Empire, so being able to proc lightnings and kill those illusions is pretty simple business for Empire.
Grouping up top now. Dandy looking to try and clear out some of these supports in the backline. Svenskor is in a bit of trouble. The arrow will only connect on the creep. Meanwhile, a bit further ahead, Roger will try and control up FN. Ghostic isolated on the other side of the Cox. Even actually started Crystallized, throwing out a couple of nukes. The Moonlight Shadow not protecting him, so that's that Ghoststick. But Navi lost another hero, Roger. Fell in exchange, and Venomancer bites back. Ghoststick and Empire. They want to end this right here, right now. Andy doing his best to interrupt them, to be a nuisance, but Empire and close enough of formation that you cannot actually kill off anybody.
And they don't really have the option of trying to split push them anymore because they only have 1 Rax left. Any trades they try and make just aren't worth it if the enemies can get mega creeps off of it.
Chappie again leading the charge. If they can somehow kill him, he does not have buyback to come back. Landless Ghoststick, but it's a tall order, especially without your Clockwork Dandy. On the front here, gets axed back. Perhaps into stun, pops a BKB to prevent that stun. 4-staff. Actually, whoa, Chappie. Gotta be careful, he is muted. He's walking inside the Static Storm, but well, he's still healing. He's still very much alive. Dandy, not so much. Buying back to fix that. They pop the glyph, they pop everything they have. Just to repel Empire one more time. New creep is coming in. Chappie will have to heal up. Maybe they can do some more TP plays with the axe. Bring him back to base for a moment or two. Of course, he does have his ultimate as well.
Matter.
Pushka's just doing it for himself.
Yeah.
That is
IDC, Kanka.
Chappie back in front lines to tier 3. Will fall eventually here, but before that, he gets hexed, he gets hooked. Trying to interrupt here. Just trying to buy time for what? Anything. Something. As you guys said, they need a miracle at this point.
That was Roar. Used on the Lincoln Sphere, so that's one more tool they don't have. I mean, he has the Refresher, but
Yeah.
there's less and less to stop Empire from closing this game out with every second. Again, I think this is over for Navi.
Every second, every point of damage to the Rax. And that is, General comes in. Just now have another Oracle Slide with the BKB. They get the Ancient Apparition, bites back. Can throw out another Ice Blast across the map right now if he wants to, I believe. The Slice still fighting here, and Chappie gets forced up back. Has some time to heal up. They do bring down Danny though. Chappie still very much alive. He just does not go down. They're done with this game. They are so done with this game. They got Dandy now. All they need is Crystallize. Still alive and kicking in the back of the fight, but he cannot really go in. He cannot find the damage. And trigger the Aegis finally, but at what cost? The Naked Eye spies back. It's the Phantom Lancer's turn. Well, it's just... GG is called.
Everybody buying back. GG.
Everything they have is just not good enough against Team Empire. Navi, back to the fountain as the Ancient explodes.
Empire finally managing to close out a game against Navi in this tournament. I think they're the first ones to do it.
Yeah, so far Navi have been pretty dominant in terms of 2-0ing all of their opponents. So really good showing for Empire to be able to take their tackling the first loss for Navi.
Mm-hmm. Just playing super well against everything Navi was doing. Again, from the start, it looks like they responded to all of Roger's rotations really well. I guess they've been looking over a lot of the games that Navi's been playing, and just amazing gameplay by Empire this time.
Yeah. Solid draft, solid execution, and showing us once again that Brute Mother, well, if it's not last pick, then it can be counted out, and it was this game. Dandy didn't feel like he had much of an impact beyond the occasional support kill in the backlines and just the split push that he shared with General. Maybe they need G-Arena back. Who knows?
Maybe we'll see Dendy kicked and G-Arena back in the game. Who knows?
Alright, with that we're going to take a short break, but we will be back for game number 2 between the Team Empire and Navi. Just a quick reminder, guys, the winner of this one will go to a minor. We'll be back.
buttons up your stereo. My headphones slot studio. I'm keeping it OG studio. You can't fool me though. You f***ing around with a real pro. I'm a cannibal. I'll eat you up for dinner. I'm a sicko. People compare us with zombies. We always ready for action. The beats banging around the road for your satisfaction. Don't ask questions. Hold your head until the beat drop. The new school is not about the beat rock. Make a crowd go.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a second game here in this best of 3 grand finals for the PGL Open CIS Qualifiers. My name is Dragon Drop, I'm joined by Foxy and Wacky Neff, and it's Empire versus Navi. Empire actually won game number 1. Navi, after a game of like 7.5 hours of straight Dota, maybe they're a little bit tired. Who knows, but they're definitely gonna have to pull something else out of their hats this time around than the Dandy Mid Brood. Or else they won't qualify for another minor. It's as simple as that. The winner of this one will make it to Bucharest. The loser will not. How are you guys doing?
I am doing amazing, my friend. How are you doing, Foxy? That name is sticking now, by the way. I want you to look at your name in Dragon Drop's Discord real quick.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, I'm doing okay.
He slowly accepted his fate. Okay.
I don't accept it.
Should have known better than to try and join a cast with me. This was bound to happen.
Well, at least... so I'm the only one without a crazy nickname now, am I?
Fine. And it'll stick, whether you like it or not. Of course, you do have the option of just banishing me from casting with you, but I'm too endearing at this point.
Yeah, I'm
He's the Dragon Rage, right?
I can do better than that.
Alright, moving on. Ancient Apparition Random Answer. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It goes straight back for that. Navi, also Clockwork Disruptor. They have confidence, or maybe they're just too tired or too lazy to play anything else. I don't know.
Well, there is their comfort heroes that they've been playing, and I'll say that they did do pretty well. Roger did struggle in terms of trying to find some playmaking abilities. In general, you know, on the off lane, maybe just a tad out of focus, dying a couple, maybe 2 or 3 times in an off lane. So maybe they might switch it up. This might be a general Clockwork. He has been performing pretty well in that hero so far. Maybe General was just bored of it and he's like, Roger, take this hero away from me. Give me something else. But yeah, Team Empire picking the same thing, same cancer. See how Navi banding out the Drow Ranger and the Ancient Apparition, not Ancient Apparition, the Alchemist. So they might have something similar in mind here. Maybe they'll go back to that Broodmother, but I doubt it. You don't think they'll pick up that Broodmother, right, Dragon?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Maybe something else kind of crazy. There's plenty of strats like that. I mean, not so much the Huskar strats, of course, with the Ancient Apparition already on the field, but Maybe you could pull out the IO Tiny or something like that.
Hmm. They do have last pick this time, so if they decide to go for it again, sure. This time they do have it as a surprise pick instead of letting the enemies counter pick it. Not to say that Dendy didn't play that super well or as well as he could have against an Alchemist, but Empire just played super well last game.
Yeah. Yeah, now Navi going to be solidifying their team fight even stronger with that Earthshaker. I imagine this will be a general Earthshaker, so taking that into the offlane, securing himself some easy farm with those Fissure blocks.
5 seconds
Yep.
remaining.
It also, I guess, increases their kill potential, though, right?
It does, but I just wanted to say real quick, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a general Earthshaker. You can put the Clockwork in the offlane, you can put the Earthshaker in the offlane. A lot of what teams are doing right now is they're picking things that are very flexible and go in multiple lanes. Like, I think it's a step up from how people used to play Dota in the past, like especially with how many heroes are now viable. I really like how teams are doing drafts now. Like, they're picking strong heroes first, yeah, but these strong heroes are also ones that can be played in a lot of different lanes and whatnot, in a lot of different roles. Like, Venomancer can go offlane, sometimes mid, and like often we see him safe lane though. Clockwork and Earthshake can both go in the offlane or be played as roaming supports. So, yeah.
A Sven pickup. What do you think about the Sven Dragon?
Oh, I like it. Nice little
Why
hero
do
with
you
some
like
punch. You have that stun potential. You have the crazy amount of damage. It's great setup for the ancient apparition in lane 2. So with that, you pretty much have a 4-second stun between the Stormhammer or whatever it's called, and then the ancient apparition cold feet blocking. Not to mention the extra damage. So anyone Navi will send into the offlane is not gonna have an easy time. And yeah, again, then later just having that physical damage available. Like heroes like Disruptor, even Clockwork, they don't get a lot of armor necessarily. So they'll just be swatted down in a couple of swipes.
I do imagine that they'll be picking up 4 staffs. And if these 4 staffs do come up reasonably on time for all 3 of these heroes, then they should be okay. But Navi picking up the Chaos Knight. Normally Sven is seen as a counter to the Chaos Knight, so what do you like? What do you think Navi's working with here? Why do you think they pick up the CK, Neff?
I have no idea why they picked up the CK. He's a super strong hero in this patch. They did something like they banned Meepo first phase in the draft. That's something that we completely ignored for some reason. I feel like that's an elephant in the room that we need to confront.
Well, it's a pretty standard ban against Empire just because of Choppy, right?
Is it? I mean,
Choppy's the Meepo player.
Yeah, but I feel like Meepo isn't the strongest hero, and it's not necessarily something you ban out in the first phase. So I guess respect ban for Choppy, but I feel like that was something that needed to be said. The fact that Meepo was in fact first banned for Navi.
Okay.
Whether that be respect or Navi just kind of messing with them.
Well, there's definitely a respect ban just because Choppy is really strong on that Meepo. And they don't want to get cheesed out in the second game, an elimination game. So add on to that. So just like they tried to just surprise them with that last pick Broodmother, they don't want to get, a Meepo that's going to pop out of somewhere when their draft couldn't handle it. So just straight ahead ban out the Meepo. But Team Empire looking for their last pick in the second phase. I guess they have to reveal whether or not the Venom's going offlane or it's going to be support.
Admiral Kunkka.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll pick up the same support combination with the AA Kunkka. So the amount of the sustain with the Kunkka Rum and the amount of damage that they can outpour onto Navi's heroes, we'll see that again in Game 2. Navi banning out the Potom. Team Empire, let's see what they ban. Who do you think has the advantage so far here, Dragon?
I know, can't tell but liking Empire's lineup.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm definitely liking the lineup a lot more.
Maybe I'm biased because we just saw how strong these heroes can be together, like Ancient Apparition, Venomancer, Kunkka. There's so many synergies, and Sven also kind of plays into that to some degree. And well, then again, though, Navi have some good team fight of their own, right? You have a Clockwork again as an initiator. Might be played by General this time around again, with the Earthshaker probably taking up the 4 position, but they can swap that around if they want to as well. Like, on paper, Navi don't have the worst heroes. Chaos Knight can be kind of questionable, but at the same time, when it gets to the late game, it's really becomes a matter of who initiates first, because Chaos Knight can turn into one of these heroes that just straight up deletes people.
Yeah, now they pick up the Enigma. They lack any kind of disable minus the
10
Clockwork Cook
seconds
through
remaining.
BKB, which Enigma will eventually pick up.
5
I guess
seconds
this
remaining.
is now pushes the Venomancer to the mid lane. And it will push Enigma to the off lane here. So Chaos Knight, Crystallized and Chaos Knight is gonna be denied a little bit of farm. Not too happy about that, but I guess the kill potential is still there. They have a lot of ways to control whoever gets sent out into the off lane. Last pick for Navi. They need Dendi's hero. What can the Super Meta take here? I imagine they probably pick up something he's comfortable with, like the Lina? Maybe the Invoker? What do you think, Neff?
Could be anything at this point. Navi's constantly surprising us with a lot of their picks, but
Well,
okay.
the Furious
Yeah,
in the
Navi's,
pool.
sorry, I was just looking at your message real quick.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lobby remake, it looks like.
Yeah, get into that in a moment, but
All right, back to focusing on this draft, though. It could be anything. Navi's been surprising us with a lot of their picks. They need something, I guess, that can fight into these enemies early or deal with this Kunkka combination. There's still a lot of things that Empire can play. Okay,
Choose
Queen
your
of Pain,
hero.
probably on Dendi.
it's an old classic.
Yeah, I figured that they would pick up something comfortable for Dendi here. They opted to go with I said Lina, but they opted to go with the Queen of Pain, one of the heroes that he made his claim to fame, and he's pretty well known on this quap.
Mm-hmm. Back when Dendi was playing at internationals and whatnot, his biggest pickup of Ethereal Blade was part of his claim to fame, the E-Blade on Queen of Pain, but now the Scream does, or her Sonic Wave does pure damage, so he's probably got a different way of playing it than he used to. I haven't been watching that many Navi games in the last year, unfortunately.
One of very few people, then.
Really?
If the rumors are to be believed, because everyone's flocking out to the Navi games normally.
So, is there a lobby remake? Because I don't see any of the players disconnecting.
Yeah, that might not have been told just yet.
All right.
But we'll stick around for a moment just in case. But we should probably be heading to a short break while we're doing that. Been some issues with people that came into the lobby somehow. They got all of the password that we shouldn't have. But
Oh, looks like they're staying in, maybe.
yeah. If the players have not been told, then we're gonna stick around as well for the time being. But yeah,
All right, there it
is. There it is. This guy. He came into the lobby.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna put it into a quick break. Back to the main screen while we figure that out. Stay tuned.
Let's go.
did this? Who the freak ate my snack pack?
Alright guys, we've been debated. I am sorry. But apparently the players didn't want to leave, even though we had a rogue element inside the lobby. The admin said remake, but the players just refused, just to add it to the list of things that go wrong this time around. So I actually also already left the lobby. So we cast from Dota TV now, it's just the way it is. Alright. 2 kills happened already. Nev, DFB, are you with me already?
I am with you.
Right with you.
I'm so annoyed right now. Like,
Yeah.
to a point, like, I'm already mad that they like mess things up and play into tournaments at the same time. Want to like bend time and space or something to make it happen. I don't know. And they just refuse to join the remake.
Yeah, well, it was both teams did not want to play, want to remake, and our friend decided that he's promised he was not going to do anything, but that's not the point of it. It's the principle of it.
Yeah, it's the principle of it. That's a guy inside the lobby now that that has live access to the game. For all we know, he could be like feeding information to some shady betting sites or something. Like, I'm so worried about that. Might very well be that he's just a random troll, but I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this just at all. But yeah.
Look at it that way.
Yeah, it was up to the admin's decision.
Yeah,
they were aware that he was in, so we'll just have to just acquiesce to the admin's choice.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye. I'm keeping an eye on what's going on, like on whether the admins will make any further decisions on this. But for now, we're casting for Dota TV. So, Warren missed 2 kills, Navi off to a better start than last time by the looks of it. Now, a bit of a smoke up, Roger. Epic rounds.
Yeah, Navi was able to get pretty good 2 first bloods right behind the dire tier 1 tower. So, getting a little bit ahead here. Pulling up from some last hits. Dandy doing pretty well against Chappie. Chappie only 7-0 for his last hits. Probably feeling pretty sad. That's this Dandy Quap. It's 28-11.
I mean, he just has so much more base damage than a man. So, the Queen of Pain, again, one of Dendy's claim to fame heroes, like you said. So, it's no surprise that he's CSing over this Metamancer so much.
Yeah, and he's actually a full 2 levels ahead of him as well.
Levels ahead, and just look at last hits damage differential that they have. In 53 versus 73, it's a solid 20 damage. It's very hard to last hit against that as a Venomancer, so not the best lane for him.
Kunkka not one of the best zoning supports, even though it looks like he's trying to give Chappie a hand mid lane. Dendy too strong, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, and also getting 2 kills in the beginning helps out a lot too.
Was that on Dendy? Yes,
it was 1 for Dendy, 1 for Roger.
Yeah, who got the first blood? Is that Dendy? I mean, he's participated in both of them, but
I was not entirely sure. I think when I read it before, when it happened live. Top lane though, Vanscore does seem to be in trouble.
I get the stun on General here. Better Soul's still ticking, and that'll get the kill. General dropping low and will die to another swipe from within. Make a bit of a trade out of it at least.
Roger was trying to be the nice guy and give it to his Clockwork, but had to finish it off himself. Meanwhile, Seneko getting run down in the bottom lane.
There it is. Hit by Torrent. Nicely played. Set up by Ghost Stick, and he'll get that kill.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna have a Midas time this game. The fact that he's gotten a decent amount of CS already, sitting on a Soul Ring. Very easy to farm with his Eidolons. He has both the side lane and the creep camps themselves beside the side lane. Offlane Nigma, very strong in this patch, but we don't see it that often. What are your thoughts on it, DFB, Foxy Manu?
Well, in the laning phase, it plays kind of that same role as the Earthshaker. You deny farm to the enemy carry. Also, same kind of principle that Lich does as well. And he's just an incredibly fast farmer.
Going to fence up. General and Roger. Make that happen. The Fissure here to continue to block up. Another Cogs burn even, but he does get his movement spell off. That War Trial try and help him run away, but of course General Already level 5, has that extra point into the rocket flare. Be able to snipe that kill, so good execution on that one too.
Yep, we're about to see something mid as well.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Chappie, next on the list, just dropped the ult. They also catch Babushka inside the kinetic field. Neko unable to really follow up. The axe back into the torrent. Cold Feet will not proc, just barely timed out, but still enough, plenty of damage to get the kill. Both Vents gonna be pushed. Okay, I spoke too soon. Babushka actually gets run down by Dandy with follow-up slow. Gets himself a double kill.
Yep, really impressive play. Yeah. I don't know, I think he's better than that G Arena player. You know, who is that guy even? Denny's a legend, G Arena's nobody.
Yeah.
But really...
Oh god, they're gonna go again, the hookshot this time. General, once again, keeping inside the cogs. Roger making sure that the block stays alive. And this time the Brighter Assault will take him out. I mean, Pushka and Vensko made the rotations, but, well, at least Vensko doesn't have a lot else to throw out, and no Roger. To try and
just scouting out that
kill him even. Another fissure, another enchant totem will get the kill, but decides to not want to die at the tower. Oh, does he? Mind another one with the extra rocket flare.
He does have extra. Keeping out of this is interesting.
He doesn't know whether or not.
Oh my god! Does he do it? He does.
Don't give up.
Oh man. We're off to the races here on this one.
Yeah, Roger, he thought that there might be another torrent coming in. When he saw there wasn't, he was like, alright, maybe I can get out of here.
That Navi gameplay lightening the mood. See, everyone's happy now. But yeah, we were talking about that in the drafting phase, how they had so much flexibility between Earthshaker and Clockwork that they can decide who's going to be their main offlaner. I guess they chose both of them. Earthshaker and Clockwork are the offlaners this game, and they're slaying. Matryoshka catching out General here, or General catching out Matryoshka. Blah blah blah.
one way around or the other.
There were definitely names there.
People
I can say that. Yeah,
well, that was happening. Then he was running down Enigma with the double damage runes. So, and then 3 already. Only 9 minutes into the game. If N at the very least has his stack still to look forward to, and is farming it now. Roger looking to maybe try and sneak some of that, or perhaps set up for another kill. Him in general have been quite successful so far, but you don't want to go on a Godstring Sven if you can help it, especially not if he has support. They're going to turn things around. Roger. Ghost Stick makes an appearance with that Malefice. Supposed to be a little bit more active here, abandoning his offline, which now has its tower claimed.
No offlane for Enigma anymore. Going to be forced all the way back if he chooses to come back there. It does give him a little bit more safety if the enemies are forced to push back into the Tier 2, doing more damage and being even deeper in enemy territory, because the Shrine's still up. So, taking the Tier 1 at bottom and the Tier 1 at top to Radiant don't give a huge amount of strategic value, but I guess just having the extra gold and whatnot from those are nice. A little bit of extra map control, but not too much.
Yeah, give some breathing room to your safe laner when you have that Tier 1 tower up there. So let them farm those two, the hard camp and the small camp. Just it's a little bit more ease of mind. Sure, every carry player likes to have.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
But looking into items here, Ghost Stick's still working on that Midas, so his ramp up to when he's going to be active probably a little bit slow. Sven picking up that Mask of Madness, not close to his Blink Dagger or his SNY or his Armlet, whichever item he likes to choose to go for. Top lane, AA still level 4, no, not even boots. It's a sad Vance score.
Yeah. This is
Can we talk
space
about
now.
Yeah. Can we talk about how well Navi is doing so far in this game? It's 5 minutes or 10 minutes in, they have a 5k net worth advantage already. That's pretty insane.
Especially considering how devastating the last game must have been, but they keep going general with another hookshot on the money. Just farming this Ancient Apparition now, ever since the Sven abandoned that lane.
I mean, he wants level 6, but they're just not going to let him have it.
Yeah, General showing much more comfortable in the Clockwork this game than he was in the Beastmaster last game.
Oh yeah.
Well,
We also look for more. There's a big stack here that Chappie is slowly farming up with the wards.
I mean, Dendy farming
making
when he sees it.
Venomancer. Neko. Goodness is back in stacks from Justice's ends. Dendy also coming in here trying to get this kill. Still has an ultimate throw out. Joins the rest of his team here as those started to drop rather low.
See
No
if Dendy
trigger
decides-
pull just yet.
He's gonna do it.
Middle tower is under
Here he
attack.
is stealing most of this stack. Cheeky man.
I wonder if he's going to use his ultimate for it. No, he won't.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, that is...
Meanwhile, bottom.
Talk about Chaos Knight deleting people. He only has the armlet, so you get caught out alone, and he has plenty of time to jump away at you. It's definitely a possibility, especially if you get that extra illusion from your
Yeah,
ultimate.
interesting choice here. He actually opted to go for more levels into Chaos Strike so he can get more damage. Normally you'll see them just go the 1 point into the Chaos Strike, just because of the value. You're already getting the same amount of crit chance, same amount of lifesteal, and you get almost half of the chance for a Chaos Strike with just the 1 point. Opting instead, most players opt for that higher levels of Chaos Bolt. But mid lane, Dendy is going to be getting gone.
Get the real one, X him back into a torrent. Black hole being used just to secure the kill.
Everything for Dendy.
Yeah. I guess I wanted to keep him in Poshka alive. I mean, Denny gets a spell off there and he just straight up dies.
Yeah, and they're utilizing the X back to base heal, then back into fight again. They're using this really well in both these games.
Yeah.
So all of this gives them... It saves time. Time equals more kills and just more map control. So,
Literally Tinker.
alright, literally Tinker. Let's talk about...
Oh god. Tinker and
Chaos
Tinker on the
Knights.
same team, just imagine that.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about quickly the Chaos Knight's quick buy. Right now he's got Echo Saber queued up. How do you guys feel about that? I talked a little bit about that with the team that I manage, but I want to hear your thoughts on it, Foxy Man.
What was your question? Sorry.
Echo Saber on Chaos Knight. She has queued up right now.
Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it, though it is pretty good. It's just Chaos Knight has a lot of struggles in terms of his mana regen, and on top of it, for his talents, he went for the 15 attack speed instead of the 8 intelligence. So he needs a way to have that to be smart. But he's going to go on Ghost Stick here.
Throws on the stun, only 1 second obviously, and now actually taking quite a bit of damage in return with Malphus having so many issues with Static Storm on top too. Not exactly helping him out there with all of this damage being poured in from Empire. Well played indeed, as Ghost Stick is alive and setting up for 2 nice kills for his team.
Yeah, it was a pretty bold play there. Trying to jump in there when they still had that tier 1 tower mid that they can all TP to. And they were already in the air to begin with, so...
Bounty.
Ambitious effort.
Also great for FN to get the kills. 4-2 now, he's almost up there now with Dendy in terms of net worth, and that's where Sven wants to be, right? You want to be able to farm these stacks, get a couple thousand gold ahead ideally, and then start leveraging that middle lane though. Well, they're gonna go on Venomancer. Chappie did get his ultimate off as well as the Gale on Roger, so he has to TP out, but hey, there it is. The Ice Blast, they'll secure his kill. The Axe as well to drag him back eventually. Vensko will give him his own life forward too. Not sure if worth it, but they at least got something out of that.
I'd say that worth it for Navi. Sorry for interrupting you there, buddy.
It's alright. But Earthshaker now picking up his Blink Dagger. His initiation potential is going to be pretty scary. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the buddy cop movie of General and Roger, because these two guys have been playing so well together so far.
Power of friendship.
Power of friendship. It's pretty good. They didn't an Orchid? Someone have an Orchid?
Yeah,
Yep.
Dendy already have an
Dandy
Orchid.
already has it.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Just role-playing
Rolling
alchemist
in that
here, just with the big items early on.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Alright. Crystallize might be getting caught out here.
X, ultimate there from FN, Clockwork Hookshot on the back, here preventing Ghostwick from coming in. But with the bow, that should still be enough damage to get the CK. So 1-for-1 trade, Denny linking in. Orchid there, glimpse back after the Fisher stun. So FN, well, he'll take that invitation and will continue to fight. Walker comes out now, gets a stun into Dendy, bringing him down. He'll take out all the damage over time eventually, but... Well, 2-for-2 trades so far, and looks like that'll be the end of it.
Well, starting to get spread out a little bit more, given the fact that both the really farmed cores on both teams were killed there. It was Sven at the top of the net worth starting to reach Dendy's net worth there. He managed to fall, and Dendy died there too, giving General quite a bit of gold along with the Disruptor there.
Yeah, FN is... Nope, skip pause. FN has been farming up with a complete storm. Almost free farm. He's been getting stacks from his team, and has been able to keep up and getting these kills, so well done for FN. Unfortunately, he died there, but he did get focused down. I worry, though, that how much damage that Navi can do, because Crystallize has been getting a little bit focused down. Do you think that he needs to be playing more back, or does he still need to be trying to play in that front line? Enough.
Well, Navi is just constantly giving the fight to the enemy team. There's non-stop action this game. I think that's just the playstyle they prefer. All right, we see it and spamming out things again. Awesome. Very cool stuff.
Yeah.
Epic. Love it. Absolutely love it. Players did decide not to leave the lobby though, so
let's try to not get into that, because if I get started on this right now, I'm never gonna stop complaining. So
okay, I'll try and distract you from my wacky humor.
Yeah.
Anyways, Veil up on Chappie, super useful. Again, amplifies the boat, amplifies the torrent, amplifies everything from AA and Venomancer. Solid pickup from him. I don't think we see it on Venomancer a huge amount lately. What do you normally see on Venomancer's, Foxy?
The Venomancer, usually they'll pick up something like you said, the Veil. It's a pretty common pickup. It's pretty cheap as well. He didn't get... you can open a lobby list and mute this guy. The player's not complaining for it. But since he didn't have that great of a time, normally the Venos might get something like a Shadow Blade or Initiation or Blink Dagger, or they might go for this Force Staff. I know that when in the beginning of this year, SCCC for newbie was... I want to credit him for popularizing this hero for the start of this patch. He was getting items like the Hurricane Pike and Mjolnir build, and just going this super heavy magical right click.
Mm-hmm.
So it varies a lot, but it kind of has standard out to this Veil build, just because it's so powerful. It's all the magic damage and the take damage that he does, as well as them already having good bit of burst of magical damage with the boat and the Ancient Apparition Blast, as well as Sven Stun. A lot of people think that the Sven Stun is just, you just use it for the stun, and you just leave it at level 1, but when you start putting some points into it, it does a good amount of damage. It's 325 a pop, so it's not to be discredited.
Mm-hmm. Blink Dagger already on the Earthshaker, that's another thing that came out of the fight in mid when Dendi went down. Again, being able to get even AoE gold on the kills on that Sven probably provided Navi with a lot of gold on their supports, though. Being able to have the Blink Dagger makes the game a lot easier for him. See if they decide to go in on this, though. It looks like General setting up for a kill, either that or he just feels like doing the robot dance. They were scouting it out earlier, but they got D-Ward and they decided, okay!
Damn, that was even without a ward. How'd they see him?
There was a ward.
There's a ward.
Okay.
Yeah, the
I had the wrong vision up. This ward is still up. At the wrong vision up.
Yeah.
Paying a lot of dividends.
One ward. Just they had one ward over. I guess you can't see my pings either because of how we're doing this.
No, I can't draw on the map. I can't do anything because.
Oh, sorry for even saying that.
We also might be on a few seconds delays from each other, so
really?
that's also fun. Yep.
We might
be.
Come on,
depending on your CPU's capabilities and whether or not your internet lags.
Top
Just a
lane,
tad bit.
FN.
But FN top lane.
Back here. Static Storm committed as well. We'll bring him down. Ice Blast coming in, but no one else available to turn things around. Is it gonna be enough damage actually on Disruptor? Don't think so. No, he's playing a couple points.
It's still level 1. Who won't kill him?
Not enough DPS, not bringing him low enough to kill threshold. Level 1, it's fairly weak, but still very scary teamfight ability because it does stop the you from regenerating HP.
Yeah.
But I'd say that's its biggest use at level 1. Alright. Navi up to 6k gold lead. What do you do to get back in this if you're Empire, Foxy?
Well, I think
the kills in
you
general.
Protect your Enigma.
Gonna go,
they're
then
gonna-
leave. Okay, yeah. Never mind.
Don't give up.
Then he just won't have it. That's the power of friendship. Again.
Yeah. And actually, Dendi in general have become really good friends outside of Dota.
Have they?
Yeah, if you look at if you see them in some of the videos that they posted, they're always palling around. I don't know. It looks like really good friendship, but it just could just be advertisement. Who knows?
Jesus, that is ugly to think about. I'm gonna say it's really good friendship, but I don't really look into that like Dota stuff outside of Dota. I just focus on the game, to be honest. I think I'm a little bit weird. Everybody feeds into like fan stuff these days, but kind of don't. And I also hate Reddit, so.
Well, it's important to tell these storylines, and when you're getting to know your players a little bit more personally.
Oh, Roger, look at this. He finds a big Acro Slam on 2 targets. Follow-up control is there from him, and there as well as General. They get 2 kills straight off the bat. It sounds a little bit too late to prevent the ultimate. General also get hit by the Ice Blast, and that together should secure his death even back at base, but still, triple kill there. Poor General.
Don't give up.
He's still alive.
Right,
Ice Blast not even lasting long enough. What?
Yep.
Damn.
The very weak level 1 Ice Blast.
Was so convinced that with the with that ultimate from the Venomonster on top of it would be enough, but hey, guess not.
Maybe with a right click as well, but he didn't manage to get a right click off of him.
Yeah, in the early levels of AA, the way you want to play is just kind of the nuke. The tick or the shatter doesn't really come into play, just because it doesn't do enough, and you're just hoping just to burst someone down with the nuke. But I don't think they jump on FN here.
Well, you don't know Navi like I do. Maybe you do, I have no idea, but well, there are some reinforcements coming in, so Neko forced the TP out and will be successful at the same time. General and Roger group up together to find Miboshka.
I mean, that's a godlike clockwork right now. He's roll 4. Beyond godlike, sorry. He's having the time of his life this
11, 1, and 2, absolutely.
Little robot man.
Not a robot, it's a clockwork in an armor suit. Come on, dude, get your lore straight.
11k net with lead now, and look at them, they're all starting to group up really close together. They're terrified of this clockwork. He has everything.
He's just gonna keep running out the Enigma.
Top lane as well. Oh god!
Oh my god!
That's
what you were talking about, D-drop,
yeah,
deletion.
There it is. Aggressive Empire trying to fight Ghostly. They can get another black hole off, but doesn't want to risk it here. Crystallize coming in from the side. Meanwhile, the Axe back here. They're splitting their focus too much. And it's easy for Crystallize and Dendy to take advantage of. They get another one. Ben score next on the list for Dendy. Meanwhile, Bushka. I'll just clap him down eventually. Roger TPing across. Fissure. I'll scout him out and lock him in. Hookshot in the back. Yeah, they'll turn this into a full 5-man wipe.
No.
Eventually. Come on.
Eventually.
Surely they have to see him.
No, he's got this one.
Like,
It's all gonna
just
be
let him
okay.
live, okay. Why not?
It's gonna be okay, Miposhka. It's gonna be okay, Miposhka.
It's like the one guy that you just chop a hand off and then send him back to his people
Wait,
to
is he
just...
stuck in the trees?
No,
No.
he's just
Is
hiding.
he? No, he's not stuck. He can get out of there. Come on. Get out of there, man.
It's like the one guy that you send back to his people to warn
Oh, he's not stuck.
and
Okay.
to tell the tale of how everyone else died.
Yeah, I was just wondering how he wasn't seen because the creep just passed right by him. I thought there was a tiny sliver of vision that could come in there, but
Well, as he knows
that tiny sliver's on the other side of those trees.
he knows his tree game really well. It's important to be a skilled Dota player. Juking and jiving. Dipping and weaving.
Dodging and ducking.
This guy gets it.
If you can dodge a CK, you can just not die.
Well,
Alright. Navi taking Roshan.
this is just feels like a completely different team than the last game. Empire, that is. They haven't gotten anything together really this game, have they?
Nope, and Noteworth lead just keeps getting bigger. It feels like the shoe's on the other foot right now as far as like what Empire did to them in the late game last time.
Alright. Aegis in hand on Crystallize, it'll give him some extra boost. Empire,
Getting out of control.
yeah, what did it do there? They didn't have a Blink Dagger Enigma. He opted for the BKB first. I guess a necessity here, just not be cancelled by a glimpse or fissure or something. Still means that he can't really get close to get the really good black holes for high ground defenses.
Yeah, I definitely think like the amount of gold that he has right now is limited. I mean, things started off really good for him. It looked like it looked like he was getting a really quick Midas, but at this point, Navi are ready to push high ground. So it's better to have the BKB than it is to have the black hole, because in this case, they don't really have anything to interrupt the black hole other than the clockwork hookshot. Hopefully he will position himself in such a way where he doesn't allow that to happen. But Navi are forced to stand in a certain spot if they want to be hitting the tower, so Blink Dagger isn't a massive necessity, but that is the next priority right after BKB.
Yeah, it's just going to depend whether or not how quickly they can force this out. BKB down the Enigma, BKB will be coming up also for FN. Once that BKB comes out, do you think... Oh, we're going to see an Echo Slam top.
That's one way to take care of the black hole.
No buyback, so this might be a free rack for them.
Crystallize.
There's no glyph either.
I mean, there's quite a bit of AoE,
shot.
but...
Oh, what's that on here in the middle lane at the same
You're
time?
a monster,
Ben.
General.
There's a lot of trouble down to half health just of that initiation. The rest of the team here, well, they act back one into the boat, but that's about it. The rest of Empire will fall or be forced to walk away as Tier 3 tower top will be the big target. Cappy did get his ultimate off, but it's already timed out. Not really, not really putting Navi to pause. Just keep killing. There's nothing more to it.
Coming after him.
Yeah, this is GG right here. 25 minutes. I'm calling it now.
Might just be them. I think they might just try to hold on here. They do have the black hole up, but he's going to cancel that.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
They have black hole, but Chaos Knight still has the Aegis. Kill him once, you need to kill him again. He might even go back and
Get them near the release with the black hole committed. And that'll be that. They're not calling it just yet. They still want to try and claw their way back in. They only lost one Rax. That's a bright side. But if they want to play their way back into this game, they're going to have a long road ahead of them. Maybe these BKBs will start to help.
Fortunately, they did get a little bit of gold from Dendy, well, along with a lot of experience, but...
1,000 gold for Van Score.
Yeah, like 2k overall after that AoE gold as well. I mean, even this clockwork is worth so much gold if they manage to kill him.
Oh yeah.
So, there's that. Just trying to look at the positives for Team Empire. But 20k gold is for not... fuck. Oh, sorry.
Wow. Wow, dude. Yeah,
20k now with advantage for Navi.
Oh, they catch ghosting again, don't they? Look at this damage from Roger. Just a single enchant totem, taking down almost half his Ghost's life, but now the turnaround play is there. Establishing dies. Crystallize though, as he comes in from the side, and the rest of Empire again on the run. Try to maybe make something happen there. But again, it's very hard. This game is not unthrowable by any means, but
Oh no, it's not. They have Empire still has a lot of ways they can fight this out. The black thread of the black hole. Sven will only continue to get bigger and bigger, and his damage output is absolutely insane. He does need to be careful though when he does pop his Mask of Madness, and he's stunned by any of the number of the stuns that Navi has. Because if Chaos Knight comes at him, that's a lot of minus armor they get applied to him between the Rarity Rift and the -6 armor that he gets from his Mask of Madness. But Navi stepping up into this high ground here.
Clear that out very well, though. Chaos Knight Ultimate is now down.
Midnight Pulse actually doing quite a bit of work.
Midnight Pulse's percentage damage per second
Puck
based
champ.
on your max HP.
Fuck champ.
Yeah, it's basically like another fortification when you throw it out like that.
Yeah.
You can't stand that.
An AoE Sunray.
They also, looks like they've noticed the BKB on this Sven, so it makes fighting into him a lot harder, unless they manage to chain up their stuns perfectly. But they forced it out before the fight, so...
That is so big actually. Now that's in cooldown for a long time.
I think what's going to be something we haven't touched on yet are the halberds, both on Crystallize and General. So I think General's initiation is going to be very crucial here. Either A, catching out the Enigma, stopping the black hole, or B, catching out the Sven and either isolating him like he did in the last fight in the mid lane, or when they were pushing the top racks, he isolated the Sven so he wouldn't be able to get in. But when they're all grouping up together, just isolating the Sven out and getting that halberd onto him before his BKB comes up.
Like they're deciding to play slow Dota just like Empire did last time, playing everything as safe as possible, taking out the shrines, lowering map control of Team Empire, just getting higher net worth rate. They might manage to get this godlike or beyond godlike spree on the clockwork though, and they do.
Yeah.
Hoping everything
900 gold from Iposhka.
Give these streaks to the supports. I guess you don't really have the time to pick and choose. You don't want to risk it, but... What's he gonna do with this money now? He's 2.2k.
I would imagine he picks up a Blink Dagger, but he's getting scouted out by Roger.
Oh, I'd lose some of that money straight off the bat immediately.
Only 200.
Alright. Just realized that I said the same thing twice. In different words. It is late, guys. It is late. It's almost midnight here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a one shot. Straight proper one shot. Catch a black hole, but now look at this ghosting. He's dropping so low. The ultimate will finish him off. Denny blinking across, looking to finish off Chappie. FN, the only one surviving of that ordeal so far, and yeah, they get the close fucking Chappie. So he's as dead as they come. Mass Bybex comes out. This is just what the hell was that?
Don't you have chat wheels bound? Or still? It's a disaster. No!
Something like that?
It's overall.
Don't have it to disaster queued up now. Like, after all the ambient sounds.
Ambient sound. That's one thing to call it.
No, wait, this.
Roger doing his best mouse sports impression.
So Roger was just walking in. Drops the Echo Slam, drops the Echo Control, the hook shot to follow. FN cannot even get his BKB off. Even if it wasn't on cooldown. And just bring him down one more time. Incidentally, he's the one who still has buyback left. And down bottom, actually getting Denny, gacks him back inside that Midnight Pulse.
Yeah.
And okay, 1-for-1 trade as a result. Denny also doesn't buyback. Miposhka though might be next one on the list, but hey, Roger got you baited the rocket. It's enough to snipe him down. They'll trade this one away too. So far so good actually for Empire to lose the 2-3 bottom. Overall, but trading 1-for-1 hero kills when you're 24k behind, that is absolutely amazing. Yeah. It still doesn't mean that they'll win though. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, it just has to be that they have to keep another thing in their minds here is that their bottom racks is now exposed. The top racks was fully taken. So they're gonna have a full complement of super creeps from the top lane coming into their base. So I would imagine that it's not gonna be too long until one or two of their heroes are gonna be picking up some boots of travel when they do feel more confident in their ability to push out. But it's gonna be something in the back of their minds that they're gonna have to purchase.
Yeah. Roshan's also gonna be back up in a couple of moments.
Yeah, 15 seconds.
And Chaos Knight will finish up a heart in the meantime as well.
Yeah, this is the item on Chaos Knight.
How do you take that monster down?
Refresh our Midnight Pulse.
It has to be a BKB Sven, right? That's the only thing that can fight him. BKB Sven with the black hole will finish this guy off. An AA blast on top of it would be nice, so he just won't regen off his heart. But outside of that, it has to be those two heroes.
Yep.
Actually, no. It's probably imperative that the AA gets his blast off on him, just because Chaos Knight does have natural regen with his lifesteal, and it is a lot of lifesteal.
Oh yeah, 75% on these big crits that he's doing. Yeah, that alone might sustain him for a long, long time.
75% lifesteal. That is an insane amount.
Thing is, he's also gonna have an Aegis in hand. Well, it's gonna get nigh on impossible to actually pull off. Line is being drawn towards the top. I'm just gonna try and smoke themselves in, find initiation, kill off Team Empire one last time. None of them have buyback. Do have some sentries in the works, but so far the smoke also still protecting them.
Blast on cooldown too during the dismiss. Roshan.
There we go. They finish up the Ancient Apparition first. A stun dodged by the Yule Scepter. FN still following up. We'll get the Earthshake and Mimo forward though. Chappie just gets deleted. Good Ghost Scepter though. There it is. FN. You gotta start to cleave, but the black hole not strong enough, not long enough. Hook shot in from Journal. They're keeping Empire in their own little arena of death. GG is called, and we're gonna go to game number 3. Alright. Well, we have a lobby up, I think, if it's the same one that we're gonna use. So.
whether the password has been changed.
Yeah, it has been now. Posted it in the other chat, but yeah, it's for now though. This game, like what happened there? Was this just snowballing off the early game? It looked like it. I mean, in general, 52-9, good indication of what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I missed the start of that early game just because of everything that happened. I don't want to get you started on it though, because I know you're frustrated enough to begin with. But Navi got to play in the style that they love, the style that they're known for, and they just kept running over Empire, and Empire didn't have enough answers to deal with their early aggression. General had an amazing game on Clockwork, and I think that was like key to this victory, though.
Yeah, he's been playing Clockwork all day, and just giving the hero that he just has this complete understanding and control of, just allowed him to just run over Team Empire and just basically set up almost all the kills for Navi from the early game to the mid game. So I'd probably give the MBV to General.
All right, gonna take a short break, and well, it is the finals of the qualifiers. It wouldn't be right if it was another 2-0. We'll come back with a deciding match in just a couple of moments, so don't go too far away.
Who did this? Who the freak ate my snack pack?
5 seconds remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time for game number 3. Team Empire versus Navi. The winner of this game will move on and play in Atalan at the PGL Minor. My name is Dragon Drop. I'm joined by Wacky Neff and Delta Fox Bravo. I'm excited, guys. I'm super excited. Gonna see a clockwork again. This time on the side of Navi again.
10 seconds.
Big surprise, guys. So surprising.
5 seconds remaining.
Also, this exact same bands last time too. Exact same first pick.
Yeah.
You know, when it works, it works.
It's also past midnight here in Germany. It's like an hour or two later for these two teams too. So they probably want to get done with it.
All right, all mid Pudge. Just settle with that.
Yeah, sounds good.
I actually had a tournament once where it ran late, and it was the last game of the day, and it was almost midnight, and the two teams was like, we don't want to play a best of 3. Can we just do all mid Pudge? One game? And the admin was like, okay, all mid Pudge.
All right, what the hell have you been casting?
This was like in 2013. It was like a small NA tournament.
Team Empire's turn to
Oh well, these good old small tournaments.
team pick.
I remember having my style of those too, but yeah, it's...
Team
Io actually making an
turn
appearance.
to
Team Empire rolling that one out. I'm excited. I'm actually excited now. Because that's a hero that we don't actually get to see as often as we should.
No, it's not. It was banned out, I think, in both games before, at one point or another. So Team Empire are going to get the very powerful hero, Io. Obviously a hero that a lot of teams love. It fits the CIS playstyle very heavily. Allows them to dive in and gank and keep the rest of your team alive. But Navi will respond back with the Disruptor pick. It's a pretty strong hero, actually, against the Io. You can actually silence him from tethering away, pull him back. If you're in the area where him and his relocate partner are, then you can silence both of them as they join in, so they're not able to get any of their spells off. So Disruptor, just a comfort pick for Navi, but also a good pick against what Team Empire is planning, has already showed their cards for. Second round of bans. A Alchemist, followed up with a Weaver and an Enchantress. What do you think about the draft so far, Neff?
I was gonna say it looks pretty familiar to me. Other than the IO pickup, everything is exactly the same as it was last. Even banning phase, Navi. Looks like they want no part of dealing with that tanky Alchemist. So
yeah, they
might
did give
even
him a lot of problems before.
we might even see Kunkka come out again because they found a lot of success with that hero, but last game not so much. Kunkka just wasn't good enough to deal with the enemy team running them over. It's great when you're on the front foot, but when you're on the back foot, it puts you on a little bit of a disadvantage. Other than the boat, which is absolutely amazing for defending high ground and whatnot, and that's another hero that's really great at base Sand King. Your thoughts?
It's really good here. It's a good combination here with the IO in terms of roaming potential. You're able to get the stun and then the follow-up tether slow. If they decide to put the Sand King in the offlane, it is a combination of the two heroes that they can use in that offlane area. But Navi will be going with the same exact picks that they had last time with that Earthshaker. So I would imagine it's going to be, again, the General, Clockwork, and the Roger Earthshaker. All three of those heroes just combining so well together and being able to get set up those kills that propelled them from the mid to the early to mid game and from the mid to the late game. I think Team Empire might need to find an answer to this, all this magical damage. Maybe like a Lifestealer, perhaps, or a save, like an OD. What do you think, D-Drop? What do you think Team Empire needs to answer to Navi's heroes?
They need a really good Wisp combo, regardless of the fact that Navi's heroes actually counter out that the classic style Wisp quite nicely. Where it's like, alright, someone scouts out a target, then Io relocates, then an extra hero, and then they get a kill. They have to be a little bit more careful about that, because there's like the Earthshaker, the Disruptor, as we were talking about. So
Okay,
go for Monkey King.
I see what they're
So,
planning here. You guys are
Yeah.
going to see an interesting monkey mechanic this game, maybe. I practiced this one with my team.
What is the Monkey King
Actually, I'm going to
mechanic?
go ahead and say it because this
I mean, we're gonna
is
see
awesome.
it. So
We might. Basically, there's a trick with Monkey King where if you jump into a tree and then Primal Spring down onto the ground afterwards, while you're being glimpsed, you'll actually jump several thousand range back to target.
What?
Yeah.
So you jump back to where you 3 jumps
You were
down to.
where you were in the middle of primal springing to.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
If we see that this game, I'm going to be super impressed.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I
thinking
guess
that might be something that they're going for with relocate. There is a range limit on it. I was testing this in a lobby. I'm not sure what the range limit is. I think it's like 3,000 or something. But if we see that, it's going to be extremely cool. You can even you jump through like disruptor, glimpse, kinetic field, and static storm as well.
interesting.
Well,
I mean, it's
Hashtag
odd the way
NetFacts.
it works, but all right.
I guarantee you it works that way. Everyone can test it in the lobby afterwards.
this was all cooked up in the NEF labs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do worry though that already that Navi does have a couple of counters already to the Monkey King. They have the disruptor to provide some vision and tracking, as well as the clock to provide vision and just being able to hook him off of those trees or cog him off of those trees. And Lina, of course, being able to stun him out and providing a lot of magical damage. Monkey King, with the recent changes, he gains a lot of armor now with his ultimate, but Lina doesn't really care. She's, for a majority part of at least in the early game, she's mostly magical. But once those later levels come in, she will have the Fiery Soul. So maybe that armor will come in handy later, but Lina, good pickup for Navi. Team Empire coming into the last round of bans. Chaos Knight, pretty good ban for Team Empire. Navi, I expect, probably needs to wonder if this is going to be a Sand King offlane or a Venomancer offlane. It might be a Venomancer mid again for who was playing it? FN. FN was playing. No, not FN.
Chappie was playing.
Chappie was playing the Venomancer. Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Navi, it looks like they're a little bit stumped on what they can pick up.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you think they're going to pick a carry or
You D-drop. You.
I think they pick a mid.
they pick a mid? So it will be pushing the Venomancer to the offlane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I mean, you can
don't-
play Monkey King.
Yeah. Like, you have the very last pick, so you can pick the counter then and try and figure out what you need to fill that gap.
10 seconds remaining.
So, yeah, and you also have the Wisps, so that kind of opens up the pool of potential mid
5
heroes
seconds remaining.
to a ludicrous degree, essentially. Like, you could even run Monkey King mid very easily with the IO helping him out, and
Team Empire's
maybe
turn
win
to
against
pick
Lina, though.
Stands ready.
I'm not sure how that particular matchup works out, with perhaps the Earthshaker also roaming in. But there's a lot of options that Team Empire have in that regard, and now up against the Sven themselves.
Yeah, they have a lot of ways to kite it, but Sven will provide them a way to fight inside of the Monkey King ulti. All that physical damage
5 seconds
pretty much
remaining.
negated away by the Warcry. So Navi, I like Navi's draft so far. It's what Team Empire have. They have ways to pick off, they have ways to fight, they have ways to push towers. They got a bit of everything. Team Empire right now is lacking.
It was someone in
All right,
DV's
sorry.
background.
Yeah. This happens. Streaming casting from an internet cafe, I imagine. You know, anything to make it work. But
Can't admire the dedication, that's for sure.
last of the reserve time coming out here. Looks like they're thinking really hard on what they want to put against Lina mid. I imagine they're not going to put much against it. Plus, we've seen the strength of Dendi on Lina previous in this tournament. Just super strong. And they choose Storm Spirit, giving them tons of pick-off potential.
I don't know about this one, to be honest. Is Disruptor, Earthshaker? Plenty of lockdown for this guy.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. Not pretty strong. I mean, Navi has a lot of strong heroes against the Storm Spirit. They have all their heroes have a way to stun or silence and burst. And Lina already does pretty well against Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit, even though he has kind of highish armor, just the range that Lina has against the Storm Spirit, as well as the burst damage potential to push him back under tower, is really, really high. So I worry about FN. I'm going to imagine that Empire will be focusing to help FN exceed in that mid lane, or succeed in that mid lane.
Mm-hmm. Well, here comes the game. Here we go, everybody. Game number 3, finals. Supposed to be what Drag and Drop says, but filling up airtime.
You just want to take over my job now? Come on, dude.
For battle.
Just waiting for dramatic
They're in the
effects,
Game
but
3
you ruined it
finals
again.
For the PGL.
You're ruining it.
I mean, I can do an old style 50s announcer voice.
Can you do it as a Chewbacca announcer, though?
I would, but too bad Sineko's gonna die here.
Yeah. Glimpsing back my push cards done up already and a body block by Vanskor. This is the easiest first blood in the history of Dota, and it's... If they want to make the Snow Spirit work, then getting them off to a good start like this is definitely got to put them on the right track. And I think they're also pinging out this ward, blocking out the camp. There's an observer too, so it's a big commitment.
Yeah, Navi already did this before. In last game, they blocked it out with that same ward. So, Empire, keep in mind to that.
Yep.
They will get that D ward.
Vanskor has picked up a sentry ward. He outs through some of these trees, pop down the ward, and then eats eat the orbs. Well played indeed. Feels like applauding his teammates.
Well played, well played, well played. Applause, 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 applause.
Stop.
Alright, Roger wrapping around. FN. In trouble here? I don't know if they can maybe get him away from the rune with a nice little fissure. And they do, so... Oh god, no. Come on, Ghost Stick. Missing that Gale. Well, Dim's back on it. And we'll keep him away from the lane, but Bush is still hunting. But not enough mana for another stun. He got his own bounty rune on the other side, so I guess it evens out.
2 for each team. Navi's been doing a lot of that though, whether Roger or General in the Clockwork. I guess that time it was Roger stealing bounty runes from the enemy. Navi's been getting 3 bounty runes in a lot of these games. Some of these cheeky plays that he does.
Yeah, it's definitely adding kind of a nice little signature move by them. A lot of people look at teams like VP and how they always try to snipe couriers, whether it be Lil or Solo looking moving around that mid lane in the back lines, but Navi, maybe this is what they're trying to do, making their kind of their signature move and getting those bounty runes. As the laning phase begins. Well,
we saw what they could do last game with an early game advantage and just constantly press on it, not give any breathing room to the enemy team. So that kind of playstyle is exactly what Navi is great at. A lot of these CIS teams, non-stop pressure for the enemy teams. Really exciting games to cast, though.
Exactly. I don't think they're going to be able to put that much pressure here in the mid lane just because of the nature of what IO can do and buffing up and all of the natural regen he can put into there and fighting potential that he can put into Dendi. Now the bottle has come in for Vanskor, so even more. The mid lane is going to get a little bit harder for Dendi.
Especially since he doesn't have that help in the Earthshaker. Up down the wall, rotate it up top, but on level 1 there's only so much it can actually provide in terms of an opening. The lane heroes, Wayne Suneko, can't really provide all that much, especially with level 1 Bims. Not even a bit of damage from the Thunderstrike, and Crystallize on Sven. Sure you can stun, but you don't actually have the damage to follow up.
Yeah, until they get... Well, they have boots, so they would need to, at least on one of their heroes, maybe dodge a Venomous Gale to get the correct back.
Catch him in mid. Okay.
Really I like it. I like it a lot. Troshka managing to find a pick off on Roger. I mean, we saw this in game 1. They were really responding to a lot of Roger's movements extremely well. Last game, Roger feeding the offense instead of trying to roam around, but looks like they've sort of figured out how Roger likes to play his Dota and responding to it super well. So I imagine this game Empire is going to be doing quite well as well.
Yeah, they're already 2 counts ahead, and they're actually doing pretty well in this laning phase. By having this Monkey King against this Clockwork, Monkey King does pretty well against any 1v1 melee matchup. Clockwork is generally seen as this kind of bully that would usually win these types of matches, but not against Monkey King, having already 2 points into Jingle Mastery.
Well, that's all top lane.
Pretty dangerous top lane.
Bushka is going on Suneko. He does have the slow going from that the poison causing finale, so that'll net him the kill. Meanwhile, Ben Reed wants to kill Ghostic. Does eat a mango to have another stun. Is trying to play his way out of there with the with the tangos, but the stun comes through, this follow-up slow. Now, look at this, Vensko making rotation, healing up, ghosting almost to full, and Crystallize will die as well as a result. It's down to min movement speed between the Gale and all of these slows from the Cause finale.
Bottom lane, they're going on to Chappie.
Oh god.
Responding to that.
Did get some heals off with the Boundless Strike. Something that Neff really likes to talk about and how that works out. And it is really strong with this kind of a skill build. Just in terms of sustain.
Almost had that kill, but yeah.
Then
2
again,
points of Boundless Strike, 2 points of Jingu.
Neko will get another bounty rune stolen, and he's being slowed down as the Cosmic Nelly will pop, Ghosting to follow with a couple of extra right clicks. Gotta get that kill, he will take out eventually. Now still have the Gale available if they need to slow down Crystallize, and they do just for more harass.
Yeah, just so hard for Sven to hit anything or get anywhere in this lane. The combination of the slows from both Caustic Finale, Poison Sting, Gale, and the stun out from Sand King, like Teneko doesn't even want to go back. It looks like he's heading to a different lane now.
Yeah, they're realizing the type of pressure that Empire can apply by just having the solo Monkey King and moving the supports of Miposhka and Vanskor around the map, at least between the mid lane and the top lane. There's just way too much pressure, so Navi might be thinking, okay, they're applying their pressure. We need to try to move them away from us, as they're gonna. Snakeo's gonna stack for Sven if he can catch up. Roger might be in trouble though.
He gets scouted out by one of the Wisp Balls. And not quite level 6 just yet, so even if wanted to, couldn't really catch up.
Storm Spirit not wanting to fight the Lina, so he just decides to farm the jungle. He's doing that pretty efficiently.
Yep.
Like the Wisp stacked up some Camp Swarm earlier during the laning phase, and now he's clearing them. Roger looks like he was trying to steal some of those, but he didn't manage to get his Fissure off in time.
I got the experience at the very least. Getting close to his level 3.
Yeah. I really like Roger's playstyle though. He always manages to find EXP and gold no matter like what he decides to do in a game. Just always useful, even if he's like not doing the best and dying a couple times in the early game. He's always seems like he knows like 1,000 different ways to play Dota.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna be trying to make some of that magic happen in the bottom lane, but unless Seneko gets caught up, which it looks like he will.
Well, Chappie, actually, what? They drag him back into the cogs somehow. Chappie in a lot of trouble, and he will fall down bottom. So Neko up top simultaneously dies to Empire. So 1-for-1 trade across the map, but still very much in favor of Navi this time around. Like, that was so weird. He got fissure blocked. Oh, no, he didn't get fissure blocked. He was on the wrong side of it. Oh, God. Trying to analyze that. Come on, Stormswit.
Oh, you want me to...
Yeah, I was actually looking top. I didn't think they were going to get that kill.
Yeah.
I didn't see the bottom kill.
Alright, so... Yeah, they had the fissure. Chappie was on the wrong side of it. And then the cogs somehow dragged him back to the other side.
Just
so weird.
no pathing, nowhere to sit.
Yeah.
Based on how that works.
Yeah, so the fissure just pushes you back in.
It worked a little bit differently in Warcraft 3 as well. Like, you'd literally teleport a lot of distance, and you could go up and down high ground.
Once
Again, the cogs throws down the Boundless Strike. Now it does have the life steal. Just needs to get the right click out for General with the ultimate. Will get some extra space though with the Burst Strike, but well, Roger has his own stuns to throw into the mix. Again, 1-for-1 trade. Dendi dies in mid though as Sven gets his revenge. This is proper CIS Dota, just kills simultaneously all over the map.
Kills everywhere.
No way to keep up.
This time as FN had his Wisp behind him, so he was able to fight the Lina just head on there and get that kill.
Storm Spirit very scary now up against the Lina. Denny's gonna have to be much more careful, or Roger's gonna have to sit behind him if he wants to deal with this Storm Spirit, because again, Storm Spirit just absolutely insane hero at finding pickoffs, especially against Lina once he gets level 6. If nobody comes in to help you or respond to you and you don't have enough HP, he can just take you down, no problem.
And the bit of control factor that you have, that's the one defensive utility for Lina, is not really reliable up against Stormsburg with this long cast animation in time.
Cut out here.
Yeah. Could be an easy one, especially with FN also being part of the party. Chappie will take that.
Nice try. A gift from the tempest of battle.
I mean, right back up to where he wants to be.
Yep, and Visitor in bottom. Dendi will get it.
That's
Gonna try
Neko.
glimpsing him back.
Yeah, they will. Into the life circle away, perfectly timed, and they pop the ultimate. Miposhka will die, but what cost? FN with his own lockdowns, he just has to rely on the slow, but there's him all the way up to the shrine. a really good idea. Now, well, I should have enough mana to go across, and Roger unable to continue locking FN down.
One of those heroes, even perfect Fisher blocks don't work so well against. I mean, he tried, Storm Spirit didn't have mana, but managed to stick up and get over that barrier. And no block work in general to pull him back onto the other side again at the time.
Feels so weird how that worked out.
You don't have to like it, but you have to accept it.
Yeah.
Top lane Chappie makes
Dota
rotation
is a
now.
weird game.
And this rotation has not been scouted out just yet. He's jumping around the trees, trying to keep tabs on crystallizers. Just realizes that he doesn't want to stay in lane with just the Venomancer there and no support. Now Chappie will just reveal himself.
Chappie's missing off the map, so you gotta be thinking that there's some kind of monkeying around business happening.
Keep him mid, they're gonna go on Vance, go glimpse him back under the tower. Roger with a follow-up control. FN is there too though. Trying to help his buddy out, but Dendi with the last bit of damage not even needed to get the kill.
And max range Dragon Slave.
Yeah. Well,
Storm
The
Spirit
team
easy.
will join in for a nice little shrine.
Yep.
fine 4-man ancient farm. Super efficiency.
Power friendship.
This is true friendship right here. No, you got your team shrining together, doing ancients. That's what Dota should be. It's like right here. Everyone helping each other out.
Just forget the ancients, just PvE and the entire game.
Yeah.
Hey, man, as long as you're doing it together, that's what the important part. That's the important part.
Change Dota into an MMO where you run around the jungle.
Push, gets the burst strike off. Now, there it is. Chappie with a follow-up control, pops the ultimate. General is in a lot of trouble, and he will not be able to run the gauntlet successfully. But dying. Mew on mid, FN. Slow on mana, so should not feel comfortable going up at lane, and Roger also making an appearance. We'll confirm that.
More fuel for my fire.
Right, so this game much more even than the last one. That's for
Well,
sure.
Navi
so
has
far.
been able to stabilize just a little bit. They're getting some more kills on their favor, and they're kind of not playing so much on Empire's agenda. They're able to play a little bit with their mono tempo. As we're going to see a hook in here.
It is on Chappie. Once again, Static Storm to follow. This guy is absolutely dead. They're bringing in Stormsword to try and turn things around a little bit. The Echo Slam will do the damage, will not do the stun. And triple burst strike and then follow. The AoE damage is there, and they will bring Navi down hard. Oh man. Must have been so satisfying for Sandking to hit that. And FN to come in just with the max level static remnant.
Ooh, that was such a good play.
Yeah.
All of the disable on the side of Navi were already used just to kill the Monkey King, so the triple burrow strike into FN, just cleaning all of them up. Gonna bring him just a little bit closer to his bloodstone. That has to feel really good.
They
But
maintain
during that
the
time
lead.
period, the mid-tier one was taken out.
Yeah. Crystallize was also farming, like he's getting into an acceptable terms of net worth, but Empire, they want to stop that. They keep him controlled up. The epicenter will be enough damage, but might lose the Sanking for it. Mika does have the glimpse available whenever he wants to. Put him down into the low ground. Worthy sacrifice? Question mark.
Well, it's a response kill.
Yeah.
Not really a worthy sacrifice, but I'll be responding to that pretty well. To catch that enemy hero, or the enemy, yeah, one of the two enemy heroes that was running around their jungle without their permission. All right, let's talk about Dendi's item build. Do you think it was correct, or it's going to be correct for him to go Bloodstone first instead of go Yules or whatever to help him set up kills on the Storm Spirit? Because I feel like Storm Spirit's going to be a bit of a problem to deal with. They have they can chain their stuns really well and get an early Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker. Good for them, and they're going to be able to take him out. But I feel like Storm Spirit's having an excellent game, and after that those kills that they managed to get to the Ravage like Burrow Strike on Sand King and bottom lane, he's just having an even better time.
Well, they're gonna go onto the Earthshaker, the zoning ult, and also to help finish him off. But hey, yeah, Relocate being counted out somewhat. General gets the hookshot in onto Vansko. He's still alive though, but not for too much longer. The Battery Assault will take him out. FN in the middle of that, doing the return fire. And we'll get that kill. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Bottom tower has fallen as well. So the Venomancer Waltz, he wasn't even a part of that. And there was a TP out from Seneko just in the nick of time, I guess. Yeah,
barely getting out of there. Like the Sand King was in the ground as a Seneko TP'd out.
From Spirit's probably gonna head back, trying not quite up yet, but I don't think he wants to go back to base to farm. Yeah, he's just gonna use Wisp, constantly farming non-stop, being able to use, like, I think Storm Spirit is one of those limitless heroes. Like, he's only limited by how much mana he has. When he has a Wisp on his team, he just farms so fast. And okay, he decides to deny the rune instead of taking it. I guess he's afraid of being hookshotted like that there, but a huge mana pool, so I don't know what that was about. Decided to taunt afterwards. Pretty sure he's just trying to be a funny guy, but whatever.
Sometimes you just want to say no and you want to have the style points. Cowardly men go into this.
I don't know. This is a spot in the minor. I doubt style points matters to them much as qualifying for that, and 1-1 right now.
I know, man. We all know that runes are just a crush for bad players. So, like, whatever. I don't even need them.
Starting to pick up on too much of my lingo, man.
A lot of fun to use at the right time. What can I say?
Well, we're gonna see a little bit of a smoke from the Radiant side. It was scanned out. They did see 4 heroes TP to this top shrine. And Navi is gonna back up. The line drawn by their captain Seneko. Like, this is the area we don't want to fight. And they were immediately moving up to the right side of the map. Dendi getting a free tower and finishing up his Bloodstone.
Pushka and Chappie running into a few heroes here, potentially. And yeah, Mipushka with a low ground disadvantage and still finding initiation here. Double boundless strike, but hey, Static Storm, Lina ultimate, they bring down Chappie. Now FN and all of that, trying to turn things around. Gets his Nemesis, gets the control up, follow him, Mipushka able to stay alive. And they'll force out the Bloodstone deny. That seems familiar. Then he score 9 now. KDA 322 seems good. Crystallize. We'll find a free kill up top. As then score relocates back out.
Yeah, he had to come back at some point. Crystallize taking advantage of it. But in terms of the Bloodstone count, Dendi now down to 8 charges, and FN accelerates to 14.
Hopefully this doesn't become a major issue where Storm Spirit ends up going to 21 charges again. There was it the same series against was it against Empire where they had like 21 Bloodstone charges on was it the Storm? I think it was the Storm Spirit.
I don't know if I don't know if it was the Empire matchup, but there was a game where the Storm Spirit had 24 or 21, and then within a span of a minute and a half he went from 21 to I think 6 just because he died very quickly in two quick successions.
I remember a game like that. That's all I can say.
It all becomes blurred.
I remember it happened in the days of
back in the
old
day.
Dotas.
Back indeed 2 days ago.
Literally 10 years.
I'm gonna need to step away for a moment, guys. Apologies.
Alright. We'll yell at you for that later. Meanwhile, up top, Empire going for a bit of a push. They have Ghostly Glean in charge. Of course, you can spend the wall to kind of make yourself a little bit of a base. But Navi, looks like they might want to fight them. They have everything available. I think they're on Roger online now as well. Don't believe that's been shown yet.
Not yet. They can set something up here to bypass these wards. Crystallize as well with his Blink Dagger. Seneko.
I'll keep eyes on Ghostly here with that. Oh god, close shot will actually miss. The Rocket player scouting on my bush guy. Don't believe they have eyes on the Monkey King. Now they abandon this defense.
Yeah, they know that with Vanscore and FN over there in the mid lane together, they can just relocate in and at a favorable position.
Yeah. This
Empire
is the
just trying to bait them slightly away from that tier 2 top.
This is the beauty of having a Wisp on your lineup. You can always have that +2, so it farms so much more efficiently across the map. Because you don't have to actually be in the location to be part of the fight. Navi will not defend.
Our friendship.
Ghostic just slow sieging this down here with the wards now, and Empire leaves him to his own devices. Moving too hard. So, where do you think this game's gonna go? Okay, relocate. Actually, they see one general just briefly showing himself, and he will be gone on with a relocate. They do bring him down. The TB in from Soneko. He's the next target. He adopts the Static Storm and the Echo Slam. They're focusing everything they've got on the fan, but relocate back out keeps them safe. Now Champion Ghostic taking over. Roger. Evil falls. Soneko as well with a jump. Ghostic don't want claiming the double kill. So hey.
Oh, Vanscore.
Beautiful play. Yeah, that was some sick wisp action right there.
Vanscore coming up huge with that retether and getting his Storm Spirit out of there. I think FN might have still been fine. He might have been able just to walk out of that Static Storm and zip away. He still had a little bit of mana pool left, but Vanscore playing it safe and getting his mid player out of there. So well played by Vanscore.
The unfortunate thing is that he only got Bloodstone charges for one of those kills, one on the Clockwork, and then he was forced to get out. But hey, better safe than sorry in these situations.
Of course, definitely. And any Bloodstone charges that Storm can get, they're always going to feel great about it. Just want to inch your way higher and higher up on those Bloodstone charges.
Indy stalking their prey. They're not patient enough. And actually, Shadowblade was also about timeout, so they can't quite catch the tanking.
Yeah, it would have been a big kill too, because Miposhka is really close to his Blink Dagger.
Yep. Aggressively farming this up, so he's taking slight risks, but it does open the rest of the map to.
Also, he knows that these camps are his.
Yep. He has it now. So, good timing.
They might try to look for a kill. Relocate is up, so they can come in.
Yeah. General showing himself to creep wave, but walking back now wisely. Yeah, where do you go from here? Can Navi be a bit more aggressive here? Can they try and take control back of the game, or is it still Empire's job to keep this kind of pressure up?
Well, they can still. I would agree that it might be their job to keep the pressure up, but they still need to be careful in areas they don't have vision. Empire's vision is pretty lacking. The only reason why they were able to begin that fight in the top lane is because they saw 2 or 3 heroes that were farming down here in this bottom lane. So once they saw that, that's when the relocate came in. So only 2 wards down for Empire right now. And if they don't see Navi in those areas, then they're not gonna try to fight. They're already ahead. They know that they're ahead, and so they're gonna try to not make mistakes. In terms of Navi, they just need to try to get their levels and items. Soneko, level 8 at 21 minutes, feels bad man, and Crystallize does not yet have his BKB, but he's going straight for it. Yep. Definitely help in terms of his team fight potential, and not to get locked down and slowed and controlled.
Yep. Rely on Sven to do a little bit of damage, because Lina, as good as that hero is, it needs some help, especially when you're talking about this kind of an impact the Storm Spirit can have in comparison. So, need to chain the spells together properly. Which is not the easiest up against all of this mobility.
Yeah, I mean, Lina's spells, even though she does have a pretty good stun, it's an AoE, small AoE stun, it comes out a little slow and it's a little telegraph, so when you have quick fingers like FN does, you can get out of those. But he does actually pick up this BKB. So controlling him in these team fights is now almost 100% impossible unless they're able to burst him down in the Clockwork Hook. But bottom lane...
Running straight in. Full control on to Soneko. Not committing too hard here. They're feeling like this is a bait. It really isn't. And do they have enough damage now? No, they just let him go. Okay.
I mean, they don't see the rest of them either. They're like, where are they? Why is Soneko this far forward?
They were so sure that this was a bait. But hey. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
At least it's only like a low value kill. Like if this was a Sven just barely surviving and just being let go like that, that hurts a lot more.
Yes, but we're gonna see a smoke up from Empire. Where are they gonna go? What kills will they seek out on this Dota Eve?
Oh, I guess we're itching to try and put that Black King Bar to use. FN, it's 10 seconds of invulnerability essentially. He gets it off at the right time.
Yep. BKB completed on Sven, and now looks like they might try to initiate on.
Yeah, that'll get the Venomancer. Dropping quite a bit on it, but at the same time, relocate up top. Then they just delete it. And Ghost Sick? Oh god. Yeah. Ghost Sick also dies. I keep having these lag spikes. I have nothing that I can do against that. So annoying.
I came back to somebody talking about invulnerability. I assume Shadow Blades are being built?
No, the actual invulnerability item.
Same thing, pretty much. Apologies for that, guys. I'm back. I know that you've missed me.
Back. I know, it was quite nice to just cast with DFB for a while.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where's the love?
Just kidding, man. I love you. So yeah, moving on. Top lane. Enough Cup of Pride here for this one.
Cup of Pride every day.
Chappie, is he actually going for a Battle Fury?
I guess so. It does work with your monkeys.
Does it? Didn't they change that?
Yep. I think they cleave, right?
No. They used to cleave and then they changed that.
I don't play a lot of Monkey King, but I thought that they did.
I can try to give you my analysis on it, given the fact that
yeah, right. You're a Monkey King expert.
It's not me. It's the mid player on the team I'm managing. Xantic is his name. Spamming Monkey King, thinking about nothing about Monkey King. Actually, told me about that little disruptor trick that I was telling you guys about at the start of the cast. It's just super powerful at pushing out lanes and farming, and I'm pretty sure it cleaves on Boundless Strike. I might be wrong. I just know that he absolutely loves building it along with Sanj and Yasha.
But does it cleave on Wukong's command?
I can't give you an answer. I'm sure he would be able to. I believe it does, though.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that it does as well. Chat,
I feel like they changed it, but maybe I'm just thinking about the Riki because...
well, it was Basher. They took away Basher.
Oh yeah, right. I might be mixing those two up.
Yeah, but I think all other effects still work, except for Echo Saber. They don't Echo Saber.
They do Echo Saber. I know that
for a fact. They do Echo Saber?
I know that for a fact, yeah.
Okay.
Have we seen Chappie dodge one of those glimpses with that trick yet, though?
Nope.
No.
Fortunate.
I think it's such a very specific example that it wouldn't occur.
I don't know. I've seen it, players used it in the pub games. Well, it works with other things, too. There's a couple interactions that don't, fully stun you, or whatever. That, managed to put you back into place, so...
Maybe we'll see it here as Navi smokes up. Captain Seneko leading the way.
Yep. Looking for something here. They might find Chappie. It could be a big kill. Seneko leading the charge. Roger setting up. And it should be there. They're trying to relocate him out, perhaps, but the silence. Chappie dies. FN will get some revenge, but maybe not. Hook shot here from General. FN takes quite a few hits there from Crystallize. Now it's kind of out of mana. Out of health points. Has to make it to the shrine, and he's getting there. But he's all alone. He has to zip more. Gets slowed down by the fissure. Let's make it across. But the glimpse back here. They get the vision. They find FN.
Oh, that's
such a much bigger kill than Chappie.
Yeah, very big kill there. He didn't manage the Bloodstone deny off. The clock cogs were in place, ready for where he got glimpsed back to. Extremely well played by them. Now he's down to 10 charges.
Power of friendship.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about with friendship earlier. And that was a 10-second BKB on the Storm as well. That's going to be on cooldown for a little while, and he's only getting weaker after that. The fact that Navi was able to get that kill on Empire when Empire was sort of up, I guess the optimal play there was just sort of letting the Monkey King go, but it was really looking like they could save him there. And then Wisp had no tether or relocate for the Storm Spirit after. Really well played by Navi to be able to secure that kill in time.
Yeah, it came much slow. So he got caught on that silence, and I think the relocate was a little slow, but the Roshan attempt from Empire will be scutted out.
And pick themselves right back up with this one, but Navi, they're on their way. On the hunt. Crystallize does have another ultimate. No Echo Slam. No Static Storm is coming back. It is rather fast. Chappie drops his ultimate just to dissuade Navi from coming in for this one. He will secure the Aegis. FN, definitely one of the better Aegis carriers now. And I might find Roger actually on just as a cherry on the cake. Cherry on top. Bottom lane though, look at this Standy. He's dropping his items just to get some extra efficiency out, but he's pushing the lane. A bit of damage here to the tier 3, trying to poke and prod to make Empire look behind themselves. So far, they're
didn't
bringing
he make
Chappie
this
back.
play there?
Yeah.
Maybe trying to force him down.
Oh, Epicenter being channeled up here. They find Sven. Follow from FN with a long-range zip, but doesn't quite actually have enough mana to work with. Now inside the Static Storm, 3 people caught inside of that. Where's the follow-up? There it is. General, they'll find Venskor. Without the Wisp, they have to get the hell out of there. Seneko can glimpse 1
It's under attack.
if he wants to, but hey, FN, if he healed it up enough mana, he can just straight up get the kill. No more glimpses from him. Danny, made rotation though. Just a little bit too late. Might still be able to catch somebody here. Ghost like very slow on his feet. Doesn't have full stuff to work with. Oh, do they have the vision? They have the dust. And Dandy, well, that'll be enough to send him packing. Would have loved to snipe Poshka there, sitting at low health, but looks like
Earthshaker.
someone else will. Okay, never mind. Roger, there it is. On 2, follow up onto Vandermonster with a stun and the ultimate that triggered the Aegis too.
It has to be Roger.
Ah, Roger coming out of nowhere. The cogs push back. FN gets the BKB off in time. Still took so much damage from just the Echo Saber hit. Not even Echo Saber, just a couple of hits on the Mask Matters from Crystallize. Just barely able to TP
around
out.
there for Navi.
Yeah.
Amazing positioning by Roger there. Exactly where he needed to be. Exactly when he had to be there.
On the exact right.
Can we talk about that triple Static Storm from Seneko?
Sure.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that was pretty huge. Like, Empire had a massive advantage as far as initiation goes. Like, being able to get in there, and then they managed to catch up with the Wisp. Wisp is so huge, it's staying alive, but he just hasn't managed to be able to save his teammates here. He's, like, just been a little bit off in some of these team fights just because of the plays that Navi are making. They're so out of left field.
Making it very hard for Vansko to have an impact. Like, he tethers in, it's like, hey, I'm helping, but then, oh, Static Storm. Never mind then. Hookshot, oh yeah, I'm dead now.
Are scanning.
Yeah, if you think about it, Wisp, you can kind of think about Wisp like a, a support version of Drow. You know, a lot of people think Drow hit buildings, but also the aura, if you're able to have, an offlaner or a mid that can take advantage of that. Wisp kind of plays in that same role, buffing up whoever he's with, and giving that extra attack speed and tank ability and movement speed. That they normally wouldn't have. So taking a hero like that out can really neuter his teammates if they are relying on him.
And I want to talk about like the fact that Storm Spirit was forced to use his BKB twice in a fight that his team lost. Like he had to use that BKB to get away there. Of course, it would have been worse if he died, but losing Bloodstone charges here and there, and he's losing BKB charges.
And he really wants to get the kill, uses all of his mana. Does have the Orchid to work with as well. Pops the BKB just in case, and Pushka with follow-up stun. He'll get the kill before Navi can counterplay.
Yeah, well, they know the BKB's down. They're looking to make a play here. Echo Slam is up. Poshka sitting in the Sandstorm.
He
They might catch
is
him
dead
out.
now. Yeah, they dropped Static Storm for it, so at least they got that.
Yep, down he goes, and General getting ready to follow up with a hook shot, but not needed.
Right.
Nav Dendi down to 5 Bloodstone charges. They managed to kill him there before he got his suicide off, as well as well played by the Sand King. Got the stun off in the perfect time. Didn't give Dendi a chance there. Well played by Empire, but Navi managing to do really well with these counter initiations. I think Empire's starting to struggle against them here. Navi's coming back into the game when, hey, pointed out the Heaven's Halberd on the Venomancer. That's
Yeah, the amount of evasion amount of evasion right now on Ghost Stick is insane. Solar Crest combined with Heaven's Halberd. If Sven tries to right-click him down, it's gonna be. I think it'd probably be a waste of his time. So you're gonna see how Empire can bait and control who Crystallize is able to hit.
Mm-hmm.
As well as some disarm.
Yeah, just cleave onto him. Problem solved. There you go.
Yeah, of course.
I just solved the game for Navi. There you go, man.
Yeah.
Did the math to solve this game with Dota.
Of Dominator, and then have it Sven be able to cleave off of it.
Yes. I like
Seems
it.
very 3-2, man.
I'm not sure that Empire will oblige such a directive if given by Navi.
They ask nicely.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
Man,
who knows?
man,
There might be a CIS version of what is it, Agent 3155? Is that what it is?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Eternal Envy meme with the Chinese Dota.
It's a bit elaborate.
I don't keep up with these things.
It's fine. It's beyond your comprehension, Nev.
It's memery beyond your knowledge.
Yes, like the popular Twitch.television memes. I know what you kids are talking about.
You really don't, but hey.
Alright,
Empire. They're keeping FN safe for the time being. Like, what are they waiting for? Like, I guess some sort of extension from Navi, just trying to stop the bleeding at this point.
Yeah. There's a gem that they gave over to FN. So his kill potential on any split pushers, if they're trying to go invis like Dendi's Shadowblade, is pretty high. But Navi playing off the map, making Empire play together.
Both teams kind of off the map at this point.
Chappie now getting his BKB delivered to him, so this might be the go-ahead with this BKB for Chappie. I would imagine they would try to push maybe the tier 2 mid if once that BKB comes. It's already pretty low.
They have another smoke here to try and find it something. Doesn't look like it.
No smoke available.
I was thinking he has one. There we go. Always the last person I look at that has it in its inventory. So they're kind of grouping up, but I guess Ven's going to FN, they can do whatever.
I think they want to take this fight before Sven finishes up his assault, though. I think Sven wants buyback just because the pick-off potential on Empire is so strong. So he can't finish up his assault just yet, I don't think. But we'll see if he decides to opt for buying it, saving for buyback in just a moment. Clears this next camp. Yep.
Are Navi looking to smoke as well? Do they have one on them? They do on Seneko.
So I think what Empire is trying to do is just bait out FN. Because at this point Navi should have figured out that Vansko is always behind FN, and generally the way you want to play against Wisp is you don't want to gank anyone else, you just want to gank the Wisp combo. And Empire is trying to like anticipate that and just counterplay there, but Navi is one step ahead and they're not going for anything like that. I think this is what's happening. Might be wrong though.
Oh, that's a pretty accurate assessment. And we're going to see whether or not Roche respawns in just a moment here. So,
long respawn, max respawn.
The full
time,
3 minutes almost. So a long Roche time respawn.
That is actually the full 3 minutes. Oh, so I think once the next Roche fight happens, we've seen some amazing Roche fights in this tournament though so far. A lot of the make or break moments are decided around the Roche pit.
That's true. Navi going for their own smoke play. Let's see if they go for that Roshan. Or they might try to check it, but it's not going to be there. But looks like they might just make a head-on collision for the shrine.
I don't know. The one game that they lost, they went up the high ground with smoke. It looks like they may do it again.
Neko exposing himself. They're going to burst him down immediately. That boundless strike does a ridiculous amount of damage, and yeah, that means that Navi actually have to get the hell out. Okay,
you
in
can't
as
take
well.
this fight.
Joke's on them though, because the Roshan is still not going to be back up for a while.
Both teams just waiting for it though. There's been some pretty quick Roche spawns though. So he's got Venom wards in there. I imagine Clockwork's going to be flaring it non-stop, but neither team is going to be very happy when they find out it doesn't respawn until the max time.
Yeah, I think this might benefit Navi just a little bit more, because it's going to allow Crystallize to, if he's able to farm quick enough, maybe farm up that full Bloodthorn. I would imagine though he wouldn't buy it, because he'd probably just save for the buyback, right?
Yep. No way he gets Orchid or Bloodthorn and buyback fast enough.
Yeah. Dendi, however, might splurge a little bit and go for the Shiva's Guard. I think that might be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of damage we saw out of Boundless Strike just needs armor. He needs it very, very badly. That hits you, it does so much damage. Disruptor just melted underneath it.
He already has the plate mail components, so doing what he can already.
Yeah, I think Dendi feels that if he dies now, then the game is pretty much over. Or not the game, that team fight was already over, and then there would be no point for him to come back. So,
kind of fatalistic, dude. But yeah, it does make some sense. Me Pushka.
Oh
God, look
could
at
be
this.
very bad.
This is what he sees everything, and now coming in with the epicenter, focusing on the Sven. Follow-up is there from FN, not quite bring him down, but they are isolating him from the rest of the fight for the time being. They bring down Danny, only lose fan score. Soneko glimpse back on FN. Happy with some BKB sitting on the trees. So far, so good. Worthwhile trade for Empire. Man, still not quite back up, and that's just an illusion. Not using too much on it.
And they will be rewarded for their patience. Yep. Roshan will be respawning just right now.
And he's down for 60 seconds, so they saw that she was guarded, and they will figure out that he probably doesn't have buyback to go with it. I feel very comfortable going for this Roshan.
At the very least, you would attempt it. They need to get some more vision up around the pit, though. But I mean, they have a decent amount. But if they get smoked in right now, they could be in a very bad spot. I mean, we all know what Echo Slam's gonna do in a Roche fight when everybody's in close quarters like this. But Navi, give it up. Although I'm sure that they have vision of it. Aegis and Cheese on the side of Empire now.
Yeah, he's in the hands of Venomancer. And would you say that Stormspirit is the best Aegis carrier in the game?
Yes.
Yeah, that is the general consensus, isn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you can make arguments for maybe a hero like Meepo, just because you're not just bringing back one hero, you're bringing back technically 5.
Oh, come on.
So you might be able to make some arguments for Meepo being a really good Aegis carrier as well, but yeah, for sure, Storm Spirit. Just able to utilize almost the full extent of it.
I mean, Meepo's positioning is so important, and when you respawn with your Aegis, your positioning is pretty much killed. The enemies know where all 5 of your heroes are going to be. That puts you at a disadvantage. Someone like Storm Spirit, he gets to use his entire mana pool, man fight the enemies for a while, and then he respawns afterwards.
God, they're gonna go bottom. They don't actually find the hookshot onto Io, so they just zap him down. FN used a bunch of his mana zapping in and out, so doesn't actually have too much to play with here in this fight that's ensuing. They're still going for a Chappie with the ultimate, zoning them all away. Light Strike Array, but then he's actually coming back in. Forced off back out, so this time it's Empire who don't quite find the right initiation that they were looking for. The glimpse back actually on the fan, pops a BKB. Probably for the best. That was the was a 6-second charge maybe at most.
It was a 6-second charge.
Not the biggest deal anymore.
Yeah. Get it for cooldown now. You know, less charges, lower cooldown.
Yep.
Somebody used to make that argument to me back in the day. I don't.
It's a stupid argument.
Weight, though. Yeah.
It's a really stupid argument.
Or it can be like a long time ago when Blackwood, when carriers used to buy drums, Blackwood, since he's a very farming-oriented carrier, at least at that time. Oh, they're gonna make an initiation here on Dendi.
Gonna go for him here, trying to bait out some more spells, but now Ghostic with his ultimate. Then controlled up a little bit here. General comes in, the Static Storm as well, but no Kinetic to block him in, but the cards will make sure that the IO dies. Yakov Slam on the money here, and super low. Goes into this arena. Plenty of damage to pop his Aegis. He will come right back, but the rest of his team don't have that same luxury. Gems on the deck. Chappie's still alive. They don't really want to get too close to him, so now it's End's turn to try and make this into a worthwhile trade. Chappie. God, they see him here fall off with Light Strike Array. Dendi exposing himself though. FN, can he bring him down? Not so much. 4-star back is enough, so it's 4 heroes down for only like, what, 2? FN is out of mana now. He might die here as well.
Yeah, that's dead.
Absolute disaster.
5 heroes down, Storm Spirit, no buyback, only Monkey King and Venomancer there. Amazing initiation there from Soneko to get that Static Storm off on the necessary heroes, and then Roger with a big follow-up in Echo Slam.
Huge plays out of Navi here, and looks like they're going to get a Rax for this. I don't think Venomancer, not having the 25 yet, I don't think he's going to be able to defend this from them. Those upgraded Plague Wards are terrifying though.
Yeah.
You can see games go really long once those get off. And Roger, very bad place now.
We'll be able to find him here, but goes up to TP out, but there's plenty of magic damage.
He doesn't make it.
Did you see that tower melt, by the way? Like, the last couple of ticks, last couple of seconds of Sven's ultimate.
Oh yeah.
Big damage. Big man, big
Just
damage.
not there anymore.
Yep. Alright, Empire. They were looking quite good early on in the game, but now, almost at a 10k disadvantage. Is Navi doing it?
Yeah, it might just be. They were able to swing it back from a 5k advantage to a 9k advantage. Or 5k disadvantage to a 9k advantage. Sorry. But they're coming back. They played that fight really well. If they can do that, make those same kind of combination plays, they can definitely push their way back into winning this game. It's definitely not over by any stretch, though.
What does the perfect team fight? What does the perfect team fight for Team Empire look like?
They need to be able to kite the Sven, and they need to take out Lina. If they can take out the Lina, kite the Sven, and perhaps not get caught in the Seneko ulti, then that's probably the best version of that team fight for them.
Or 5-man advanced Burrow Strike, Epicenter, and Monkey King ult. You know? Hidden Boundless Strike followed up by. That's the perfect.
There we go. On to Crystallize, but it does get his BKB off, and now they just have to kite him. But look at this, FN! Relocate him back slightly, gets his BKB off, but now Chappie with his ultimate. He's still alive! He can actually win the man fight up against Sven. Can he win the man fight up against Dandy? The answer is no, so they'll get that trade. But damn! Chappie, just a moment of power. Fight might not be over yet. Mikoshka just looking for an opportunity to blink in and get a stun off. And back up to full mana at this point. Oh, pretty close to it. Workable mana, I guess.
He's super strong, that Monkey King underneath his ultimate. I think we were talking about it a couple of days ago, Foxy, that Monkey King, in your opinion, wasn't as strong late game as a lot of other heroes, but like underneath Wukong's command, when he has that armor bonus, and he has the late game extra boundless strike crit, he becomes one of the strongest carries in the game in the situation that he's in his ultimate.
It's true, but he still did fall there, even with that BKB available to him.
Yeah, but he man-fought that Sven there. What a hero.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do, you know? FN certainly can't do it.
Huh? What are you saying?
Saying that FN is being chopped down by Sven and now perhaps by Dendy, but this time he has help from Vansko healing him up, and that Dendy, he might be the one in trouble. The BKB of zone, FN pops his. A little bit of a zip, a little bit of a zap.
And they're just gonna back
too
up.
fast on his feet. Yeah. They're afraid that there's reinforcements coming in from Navi, and they do.
Yeah. Good pickup.
Yeah. In general, showing us that he's a master clockwork.
They actually could have hit it off Dendy, but because they didn't have the vision on the rest of the Navi heroes, they figured, oh, we need to get out of here. The BKB was already expended for FN, so
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
they needed to. They felt like they just needed it back out there. Navi taking out the top shrine, getting a little bit more map control around this rush, but super important for them. Now looking to push this tier 2 top.
Dendy, up to 13 Bloodstone charges again. He was down to like 4 or 5 a little while ago. He's feeling great again, though.
So there you go, he plays the ward. Oh, and gets the full step back. Another Glimmer Cape, so he'll be fine. Top 2 goes down. The hook shot will connect here. No, there it is. It's a follow-up. They do so much damage to FN. Can he bring it down? Zip across. But he's not really in fighting shape now. Roger, I don't know how he ended up there. They're fighting under the Monkey King ult, so they still win the fight. FN, he doesn't care. He just wants to murder, and they get it. Crystallized. What a big one as well. Right to make his way out of there, but catch him on the retreat.
I don't know, that is a huge team fight. Like, Sven's probably going to have to buy back here. There's no way that they're going to retreat. Like, they have Io coming up mid. He's going to heal up the Storm Spirit and up his mana back up full. Actually, probably full by the time they get to base now. He's 15 Bloodstone charges as well. Both of them are looking a little bit low for a while there, but they're both back up. Dendy doing the same thing he was doing the other game when he was Broodmother. Gonna see if he can force some heroes back with a split push. We'll see if it manages to work. But I really think Sven buys back here to take the fight to the enemy if they decide to really push the high ground.
Yeah. Vensko's doing some crazy work here. Like, Navi keep bringing FN down to very low health with these initiations. Either Indy bringing him down with his ultimate, or Crystallize hitting him a couple of times, or like this, yeah. But Vansko keeps healing him up, so FN can rejoin these fights. Ups to BKB now, just to commit for the racks. And Hookshot will miss this time around. Can he catch anyone else? Dendy gets a vision. Vansko doing some things. Relocate out. What a
They're
play.
gonna have to come back, or at least one of them.
Yeah,
that's goal
just
before just
sacrificing
like
himself for
something
this first carry.
Remember me.
Yeah, pretty much. Roger pump faking. Gets the tether to the creep wave, but... he should die
You can
eventually.
try.
That is expected though at this point.
Doesn't it?
Excellent.
It's only level 17 instead of 18 though, so his death timer is like 10 seconds or 20 seconds less than it would have been if he had just half a level more experience. Hashtag Netflix.
Now, that's a fact as well. Navi is going for another rush. Chappie is dead, has an ultimate thrower, pops it in. FN actually, oh, bit of 4-star back. Sven, powerful 4-star, that'll keep him safe. Was worried there for a second because between FN locking him down and inside the Monkey King ultimate, but now comes back, will be dodged.
BKB.
Yeah, now Navi. No Monkey King ultimate to worry about.
These upgraded wards are such a pain to deal with. No Monkey King ultimate, but no God Strength, so it looks like both teams are going to have to get back. Neither of them want to fight without those ultimates.
Io's coming back though, they don't have a Shrine at TP2, at least not on top, so he's gonna have to use the other one.
More fuel for my
It's the rune.
fire.
Yeah. Crystal Eyes picking up now Orchid. So is Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn actually full Bloodthorn coming up on the card here. Desolator for Chappie in terms of new items.
He did spend some of his reliable gold to finish that Bloodthorn off, so he's going to need quite a bit of farm before he can
Have buyback.
buyback
35 gold. That's just
Yeah,
an ancient
but-
or a creep here.
No, that's not actually 35 gold though. 35 safe gold that he needs.
Invisibility.
Yeah. It's 1700 reliable gold right now.
Yeah,
That's most of it going towards
Dire's
the...
top shrine is under
he's going to need a
Net
bunch
worth.
of farm. Buyback.
Oh, you need to get a kill. That also works.
That works too.
I'm just saying, it leaves him pretty vulnerable. Or somewhat vulnerable, whatever.
Well, on the flip side of it, Dendi also picking up a Bloodthorn and definitely having his buyback.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
There's Navi trying to make their play here. Looking for someone to poke their head up to farm this.
Yeah, see,
Dire's top
probably
shrine
seem a little
is
bit
under
wiser
attack.
than that. They don't want to give Navi any chances, especially when they're back this close into their side of the map.
Yeah, they see nobody farming top, so something's coming up for them.
Well, lane being responded to now by the Storm Spirit. Navi will make their way back towards this general Roche area, and this has been scouted out here, I believe, especially with the Lake Ward going down. How fast can they take it if they even try? They're not going for it. It is a little bit too iffy.
It's too easy for their entire team to get there. I mean, Wisp is following up the Storm Spirit, so Storm Spirit gets to farm freely, while they all 5 of them sit around deciding whether or not they take Roshan. It's not worth it for Navi to sit there deciding whether or not they want to do it.
Yeah, especially with that Wound Cause command and the Epicenter and the Venom and the Poison Nova from Ghost Stick. Empire has a little bit of an advantage when it comes to the AoE Roche fight.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Instead, the push will come mid from Empire. Maybe to take this range Rex middle.
At least taking
But,
the Shrine, that's
Shrine
also,
first.
also an important prerequisite for Roche. To take kick. They haven't been taking care of that yet. They also got some vision down. Clockwork Rocket comes in. Can Navi contest this now?
Take it down
Yeah,
too quickly.
it's way too fast. Agent and Cheese now, once again, in the hands of Team Empire. Cheese actually still sitting on the ground. Team still keep forgetting about it.
Oh, come on. That was a good game. That's just leaving it for Monkey Man.
Yeah, but he walked out and then he walked back in. Like, so it's-
He doesn't know what he wants, okay?
comes back to once again, they don't want that cheese. They
It's
don't
pretty
want the
stinky,
cheese.
man.
Radiant's
Yeah.
bottom shrine is under attack.
I don't know if you'd want a cheese that's been growing inside the Roche pit.
Radiant's
Oh,
Yeah,
bottom
people
why
are
don't we
saying
talk
that it's been
about,
pretty good. These buns, this is what we deteriorated to, guys. Come on.
52 minutes in, 53 minutes in.
Yeah,
Cheese
these
spot.
jokes are pretty cheesy.
shrine is
Nah.
under attack.
Oh god,
Got
kill
him,
me.
boys. Alright, fun Monkey King cheese fact for everybody if you want more obscure game facts. Monkey King can transform into the Aegis if he's inside the pit, right? I'm not sure if you knew that one.
Yes,
yep.
you can. Yeah.
All right. He can transform into cheese as well if you've killed Roshan 3 times, but not 2.
Oh,
They
wow.
haven't updated it. Yeah.
Literally unplayable.
Yeah.
Please fix.
Unplayable game.
Long jump.
From FN.
Almost killing Disruptor outright, but now FN's been controlled up a little bit. Miposhka coming in to fall back, and they finally get Disruptor, but also still some BKB throw out, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, so Neko has buyback, so he's kind of okay dying there.
Yep. And without that BKB, I don't think Empire will want to push the envelope. They also have 2 lanes to push out. Top lane will push in on its own right. One has to respond to that. Bottom lane also fairly big creep wave here in favor of the Dire, also being pushed out by the constant rocket flares. Then they have some homework, some maintenance to do on their own side of the map.
Yeah, I gotta make sure all your lanes are safe. Dendi with those boots of travels now actually giving the moon shard to crystallize. Okay. But yeah, but Dendi with those boots of travels, he's just constantly threatening the racks or the buildings and the structures on the side of Empire with the split pushing. Always making them look over their shoulder.
That's why his damage output would be absolutely massive with that moon shard, though. He's 6-slotted now. This is where he destroys the game. I mean, he's gonna replace his Mask of Madness with the Satanic, but again, it's better that he saves for buyback gold right now. So this game could really go either way. Like you said at the start, I'm not sure which one of you said it, but it depends on who gets the initiation off.
That was me, the hashtag expert analysis from the play-by-play caster. Thank you.
Hashtag expert analysis.
Alright, everybody pinging wildly now. This is not okay.
This is approaching the 60-minute mark. Again, it's all about initiation, it's all about a strategy. About who jumps who first, about who has more vision around the map, and right now it is Empire who have this map control. They're going to be able to take down this tier 2 tower uncontested. And then it's just a matter of, alright, let's try and keep the lanes pushed out. Find initiation here and blow someone up. Probably not die ourselves.
Alright, they're trying to go through backdoor protection, but it's ending right now. So I was just about to say though that this game is a really good final match to this series. And it being 1-1 just makes it even more intense.
Hook shot in. Okay, yeah, I was just poking prone. Does he have Agnum Scepter? No, he does not. So that's can cool down for a little while.
Just trying to bait out a BKB or reaction there.
Yeah. FN scouted him out now with that rocket player that he's sitting in the side. And quit. Follow up. Dendi. Liquid Sphere will protect him. Force back at half health. Short range glimpse. FN will be covered by the Glimmer Cape. Doing some chip damage, I believe, to the tower in the middle of that, just with the Venom wards. That's not exactly the fastest thing in the world.
I mean, it's not that bad. Those things do so much damage. They're so annoying. Please remove.
120 a pop.
120 a hit.
Yep.
Remove toxicity out of Dota, please. No Viper, no Venomancer, no wards. I've had enough.
They're gonna clear out the top lane.
Yeah, relocate, they'll come right back.
Yeah,
Won't have a
Navi
defensive
might try to
relocated
capitalize
now.
on this.
Yeah, they're moving forward here to find the relocate spot. Then he doesn't quite get the light strike array off though. Now they're coming in inside every single ultimate. FN looking for more crystallize, pops his zone. Now he's cleaving hard. And now the Echo Slam, the Trick of the Ages. They find Ghost Stick. Chappie, meanwhile, he's fighting in the back against Stendi together with Poshka. And looks like he might be able to fall back. But, well, Stallsword not so much. He actually dies inside the Static Storm. No PKB will able to keep him safe. And now it's Empire's turn to turn around. Looked like a pretty good start, pretty good fight for them, but turns out Navi able to play around it. Nego ball back for this, but that's about the only casualty that they had. Oh no, the Poshka's there though. Roger should end up falling here eventually at the same time. Ghost Scepter, a couple of extra stuns to blink out. Well played.
Well played, Roger. And there will be a DC and pause.
Yeah, absolutely rage quit.
Rage quit.
I've had enough.
Yeah, nah, just kidding. But
maybe Empire now they want to remake.
Let's remake the last game.
remake,
Can we try that last game again?
remake to game 2.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh yeah, but that fight was. I mean, that's really good game sense there from Navi. They saw the relocate was used, so they know that there's going to be kind of a setup somewhere. Dendi was able to sneak around to the back and then able to find where Vanscore was going to relocate back into, so he was able to Bloodthorn him and zone him out of that fight completely. And with that, the Monkey King ulti got used in kind of an unfavorable position because no one was really caught into it. And it allowed all of Navi's heroes, or minus Dendi, to focus down the Storm Spirit and the Venomancer away, will allow just Navi to take out the supports in the back line and kite Monkey King. So well played by Navi there, and good heads up and map awareness to take that fight. Do you think this is enough for them to push them back into this game? Because I still feel that Empire has their hand on the throttle here, or their foot on their throttle.
Yeah, I mean, Monkey King still has the cheese from that last Roche, so that's one advantage that they have over the enemy team. They forced the back out of the Disruptor, so that's going to be on cooldown. Another pick off on him is going to be absolutely huge. His Static Storm is super important to these team fights, like being able to this sound awful. Disrupt the enemies from doing what they want. Yeah, being able to disrupt the enemies, like even delaying a Sand King Burrow Strike for like 2 seconds that it takes for him to force staff out of it. It's pretty huge because then everything's changed since then. The heroes aren't where they were previously. Like 3-man Burrow Strike turns into a 1-man Burrow Strike, etc. So Disruptor is such a key component. Like we saw them run away from the enemies at this Fountain fight / Roche fight over here just when their Disruptor died. So that goes huge. So if they manage to take him out, like they have a good chance at breaking high ground and taking another set of Rex.
Yeah, the BKB running low for Storm Spirit. Suneko, like you said, is going to be a huge factor in these team fights now.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, on the side of Empire, they didn't have to use any buybacks here, and Navi aren't going to be able to actually get anything out of this, this like team wipe.
Yeah.
They stopped the enemies.
They get a deep ward down though.
Yeah, they did get the deep ward, but they killed all the enemies and stopped them taking the base, but they didn't really get anything from like forcing everybody back and killing 3 heroes.
It might take them another fight like that to be able to make that push in, or a fight in the right position. It's kind of hard to push in when the fight was done on your side of the map and all the lanes was slightly pushed in.
And it's off.
Also a bit of a weird fight in general because it kind of split up into 2 very early on with Push Guy and Chappie trying to run down Dendi, and then meanwhile Vanscore dying early obviously, and then FN kind of being left to his own devices on the other side as Ghostic also fell to the Echo Slam combo. I feel like if Empire fight all together, especially with Chappies just hitting the heroes that are threatening his friends, these fights can look different.
Yeah, but like Navi's lineup is really good at preventing that or disencouraging that. I mean, they have the Clockwork who's super good at getting into the middle of fights and separating people from each other. You group up under Disruptor, Alter, Echo Slam, pretty much get wiped. So there's something stopping them from just grouping up like that. They have to take these fights in certain ways that like forces everybody to split up.
Yep.
Like these initiations are super weird, and like neither team really wants to get caught out by all the enemy team's AoE spells. So again, it's pretty much down to whoever gets the better initiation off wins the team fight.
Yeah, Dendi might be poking his head here. I don't think he's going to do much, but maybe perhaps looking at Crystallize and up in the mid lane. He's going to back out though.
Yeah.
Dendi with the Silver Edge. It's a pretty big pickup. A lot of their damage is coming in from FN, so able to reduce his damage output from his Remnant to his Overload, or maybe even getting out on Chappie as well. Could be the tide that could turn the fight here. Dendi, double damage, fight.
DDD. Dendi double damage.
DDD.
But even disabling Jingu Mastery is pretty huge because the amount of lifesteal that he gets on that when he charges up Jingu Mastery, everything like 2 heroes with Boundless Strike gives a massive amounts of lifesteal. Because you're lifestealing the crit and critting 2 people at once with that.
I mean, now he should be like critting up for like upwards to 1,000 past that at this point, right? On his Boundless Strike.
It's probably more like 2k crits when he has Jingu Mastery up.
When he has Jingu Mastery up, yes.
That's when he wants to use his balance trick, because that's
Radiant
healing the most HP. That's how he's going to man fight Sven under his ultimate, is just getting really good Jingu Mastery balance strikes off on the enemy team. Plus he got the talent that gives him plus 75 Jingu Mastery.
It was so close there. The Radiant user scan and Navi was just hovering right around it.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Well, they saw the rocket flare coming from that direction though, so they figured out that Navi was still in this general area. Power goes down, mid-tier we already dead, so it doesn't really matter all that much.
Rosh is up.
Yeah, Rosh is up. This could be huge in that tier 3 bottom tower going down, just because it will allow Dendi, who is doing the majority of the Navi split pushing, to maybe force and pressure these Rexes on the opportune moment.
Bloodthorn down, Navi's chosen to use that as well as his spells when they're on cooldown. This fight could be huge if Empire decides to take it.
A lot of damage here, and this time Navi. Water net down, and Empire not reacting fast enough. Aegis and Cheese now in the hands of the Dire side. Relocate comes in, it's the static, so they walk out of it. BKB now, and Dendi, they might pop this might pop the Aegis right off the bat. Crystallize back here. Men fighting up against Chappie, but looks like Crystallize gonna lose this one with her fan rejoining the fight. Roger though, trying to go for the control, but Crystallize will fall. Chappie is still very much alive and kicking, and all of a sudden, that's a full-on team fight. FN triple killing Navi. Zapping around, and Dendi will also fall a second time out of nothing. FN will make it into an ultra kill, and sorry about the kill steal, I guess. I don't know.
Sorry about the kill steal.
Plenty of buybacks available on Navi, but
all of them.
This is gonna be costly. Yeah.
Looks like
How is it even possible taking a fight and losing it so decisively with Aegis in hand?
Well, Crystallize was caught in the Monkey King ulti by himself, almost right in the center. So he was getting hit by not just Chappie, but all of his monkey soldiers. So it's very difficult to fight that. On top of it, he had the rest of the Empire heroes focusing down as well. So now the rest of Navi was just forced to
forward into the Hex and the silence. Actually got a lot of damage, almost been bursted down, but the defensive relocate, bringing him a little bit further back, but not far enough. General with a follow-up, getting the kill after all. And Scorp has slight misplay, ended up pulling it a little bit back further, but that's one of these plays where you don't necessarily have the time to even click where you want to. And with Chappie dying there, they will repel the push. Tower not even going down. Navi still hanging on to a lifeline, but well, they held on to the buyback from Sven. And he's up to something indeed. Looking for Storm Spirit. Orchid, and wow!
Cooldown!
That is a lot of damage, as it turns out.
Really well played by Dendi. That was a huge pick off there. They might be able to take something off this if they're really quick, but again, Storm Spirit's respawn time is just so low because of all those Bloodstone charges. Probably not enough to force him to buy back there.
Yeah.
Good heads up play there by Dendi.
He died like a good 20 seconds after Menscore, but he's gonna respawn 10 seconds before him, so... Bloodstone will do that to you. Navi is still pushing down mid. They want to get something here, and maybe Empire will have to abandon his mid-racks.
Perhaps, but it doesn't seem like they would need to buy back on any of their heroes. They have glyphs still available. I wonder if Navi is feeling desperation here, and if they feel that they just need to go and fight them. That's why they're making these movements like this.
That's exact.
Trying to establish some control.
Game
being placed, and then all, yeah. Maybe scouted out there.
Yeah, looks like Navi's going to keep some cool heads and back away from there.
Yep.
Crystallize the only person enough with their buyback. Meanwhile, Emperor just sitting in their base.
Oh, this game, 65 minutes, and no sign of stopping anytime soon unless we have another one of these team fights. If Empire win the next one exactly like it,
It's done.
Navi will not be able to buy back. Yeah,
there's no buyback on any of the heroes.
I think the buyback status up at this point. Stormswood still has it. Chappie on the Monkey King as well as the Sand King. So Royalty has it available. Vanscore 50 gold away, and Ghost League also not too far, so they should be able to farm that up.
Yep. Ghostic will get those that buyback money from his Plague Wars farming bottom, and he turns for Minotaur, yes, on the buyback chart.
Both These teams really deserving of going to the minor. This is a super intense series. And this is quite a game to end it all on.
This is dota, ladies and gentlemen. Late game, just one wrong move, it'll all be for naught. Just remember, guys, Navi, they've been playing for like, what, 9 hours now? 10 hours?
You're 10,
Well,
yeah.
Started at 9:30 EST. It is 7:30 now, so 10 hours.
Yeah.
My
Played the
god.
series against Vega earlier, they won that one. Then they played Dream League Open Qualifiers. That final has been rescheduled to Friday, I believe, though. At least those are rumors, in case you were wondering. Yeah, now they're here in this... Game 2 was... Oh no, Game 1 was pretty long as well, wasn't it?
All these games pretty long.
Game 2 was fairly...
Game 2
Oh,
was
right, 25
pretty
minutes.
Much,
Yeah.
pretty much a stomp for Navi. But Empire taking a deeper smoke to started off. TD for Chappie, so pretty dangerous halfway done, so you want to use it, they're going to have to find initiation quickly.
Empire Anteportas.
Buyback side of Empire and none, only one on Navi on Sven. But once you use God Strength BKB, you're not nearly as useful, so buyback on you. Pretty much just like something you use when you get caught out. You're not going to provide that much team fight if you die in the middle of it when you already have those things up. So they're in a very risky position here. Meanwhile, Empire has quite a bit of breathing room.
Trying to play a sticky game, waiting for someone to extend, but Navi is quite stationary, to say the least. Just hugging their ancient at this point. I'll get rid of this ward now. I have a feeling that Empire retreated. Let's see, seeing these movements bottom. Let's just relocate, it's going to come right back. What's this area around the Roche pit, but he may respawn in 2 minutes. That guy's not going to be back for a while.
Yeah, I already saw one max time Roshan this game. I really liked that Roche change, by the way, that they did probably ages ago, but it's somewhat new to me after coming back to Dota. Just the fact that it gives a 3-minute questionable time.
Yep.
One team can't completely dominate the Roche pit. You get punished if you sit there waiting for it. Well, they're not punished right now because Navi, their buybacks are on cooldown, so they need to wait a little bit.
2 more minutes until most of these will come back. And they go. The only one who's just like in the money. What's his net worth at? Yeah, okay, he's net worth 6k, almost. Okay, I guess almost 7k, but about half of what the Earthshaker has. The 6th position support right there.
Oh god, I just looked at that. I thought you were talking about buyback status when you were talking about his money that he was just a little bit short on. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
He's had an Agnes Scepter queued up for the longest time, but now I guess he finally resigned to not ever getting it this game.
Yeah, I mean,
probably not.
Thank Ice Frog the talents exist, because without that plus 60 GPM, it'd be even poorer.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's a
How much money has it actually made now? So let's just say he got it at like 50 minutes or something. So it's been like he got it at 20 minutes.
Yeah,
70, so 40...
4,200 gold.
Yeah.
4,200. Oh wait, that's assuming you got it minute 0, sorry. I can't do math.
Doing math on stream is a bad idea, actually.
Yeah, it's been a long day. I'm actually feeling a little bit sick, that's why I had to step away.
Well, Empire might be just trying to make some action happen here. Even for this bottom push.
Might just whittle away at the tower. It's like 20 damage for each hit of the Plague Wards.
Wait, another 2 minutes until Roche is up. I have to hopefully we'll either see a crazy Roche fight or we'll see them try and push the base when Roche is up, because that's when Navi, they just about have all their buybacks back, right?
Yep.
Almost.
20 seconds.
15, 20 seconds.
Yeah. It's getting there, so that timing window has closed for Team Empire if they were looking for that. So
Yeah,
now they
I'm
have
just surprised
to
that Empire is giving up this push. They have 2 catapults coming in for them, so they could have helped use those to help push here.
Oh, come on, catapults barely mean anything. It's 70 minutes in the game.
Excuse me?
But it's free damage.
Do you not subscribe to the Church of Cardi?
The Church of Cardi? That sounds like some sort of terrifying cart Dota cult. I want no part of that.
No, Cardi is distinct. Card Dota is just sullying its name.
Yeah, Cart Dota is he's the.
Oh, there it is! Okay, goes in onto 3. Follow up there from a boundless strike. They almost bring down the Sven, and they do indeed. He's not buying back just yet. They're looking for more targets. Snake, he will eventually take out. If they just focus a couple of right clicks on him, and there it is. Who is done for the count. No casualties whatsoever. On the side of Empire, they did use the Monkey King ultimate. They did use the Venomancer ultimate. Those are the only ones. Now will finally go down. Then he will just deny it, but he gets caught out for it. But nice little fissure. The Echo Slam. Roger turning things around, and now Stormswind well gets relocated back out. Crystallized in the middle of that. Trying to man fight up against Chappie. Even without the ultimate, though, he's having some issues because there's also Ghosting, there's also Fen. Still zipping around. Nice cogs there once again from General, who's striking his best to control up these heroes, and Stormswind does finally end up dying. Buyback though, okay, that's a good stun as well on the tether, but Chapley, he's still fighting. General eats a cheese so that he cut from earlier. Dendy with another triple kill here in the middle of that. A couple of buybacks now on the side of Empire. But Vanskor and FN, they're opting to not go in after all. Probably for the best. The rest of the team already ended up dying. What a bloodbath here.
There was almost oh, sorry, you go. I was about
again,
to
Roger coming in with the huge Echo Slam, locking down the Storm Spirit, combined with Static Storm. Storm's BKB not up there, and I mean, it was a good relocate for Vanskor, but the damage was already done.
Yep. Roger in general definitely saved that fight. Absolutely.
Yeah.
General also eating the cheese, preventing his own death, so he's still holding on to buyback. Crystallized had to use it, so this is the one vulnerability that Navi have had to expose themselves to. At the same time, that will be remedied if they get this Aegis. There's the buyback now from a Ghost Stick. Gonna be late to contestants here. Just they need him to just set up a wall of wards to have that extra bit of advantage. But Navi might very well go for the dash push here. Aegis now in the hands of Sven.
Leaving the cheese in there.
Yeah, General will pick it up again.
General?
Make good use of it last time. Just like that, the tables turn. Gold graph, dead even. After the updates here.
Oh my god, this game is getting more intense by the minute. What a series. But, I don't know. Do they try and push it in the next couple of seconds? There's no way you get through those wards. They're terrifying. Again, being able
they can just ignore them for a while. Terrifying as they are, like...
Look what they're doing to those creeps. Horrible.
I mean, they're pretty strong.
Yes.
Troops only have 400 health, 500 health,
Piercing damage
600
too.
health, piercing damage too.
Grasping at straws for what to talk about here. As it's 74 minutes in the game, so now we're talking about piercing damage on Plague Wards. Seems good.
Huge deny for Danny taking out that regen rune, not letting FN take that.
Wouldn't have a bottle to put it in anyway. Then now it's Empire, who was just huddled up in their base. At the very least, they still have all their Rexes to call their own.
Turns. Looking for
They don't have
shelter.
any of their buybacks, so this could be the advantage that Navi wants to take if they want to push it here, but they're all spread across the map. It doesn't seem... Maybe they're just trying to get their lanes forced out before they attempt something.
At a certain point, everybody's going to be 6 slotted, except for Disruptor. Regardless of his plus 60 gold per minute talent.
Yeah.
Just not doing enough for him.
Like, if you really think about it, it's like 1.5 last hits every minute.
Yep. Actually, it's worth about one last game just because of how creep gold scaling works, remember? As the game goes on, you get more gold for killing creeps.
Yeah.
Slightly amount, yeah.
I guess. But yeah, for the longest time...
Indisputable fact.
Oh god, Dendy.
Yeah. I mean, if you also think about it, Snake will always have money for wards.
Yeah.
Every minute he'll have money for the reward.
That's a sad life when that's all you have to look forward to.
Hey man, that's what I look forward to in my pubs when I'm playing 6 position support.
In a minute and a half, I can actually no. Observer rewards is 60 gold now.
65.
1 minute you get.
Wait, 60? Oh. It's 65, isn't it?
No.
No, it's 60. Oh, you're right.
Come on, you guys. Do you even play
just
support?
I'm just messing with you. Just testing you, you know.
Come on. This is why there's no wards up when you're on support.
I keep
You don't
forgetting.
even know the price of them.
Keep casually forgetting. I buy the initial wards and then the courier upgrades.
And
Then
then you've done
I
your
forget
part.
about it. Yeah.
Everybody's on your own. You have Midases to build, Octarine cores to lower that Midas cooldown.
Exactly.
Don't forget the radiance.
Yeah, the Radiance.
Look at where we're at right now. Like almost third FN doing the max range zip just to clear through group waves. It's buying more time. I mean, now they're. Yeah, you were talking about it. Now they're the ones who are having that buyback vulnerability apart from Chappie, so they just try and buy time. But regardless, Navi's gonna have a creep wave coming in on all three sides.
I just want this game to be over. I just realized I'm trapped in a cast with two awful support players. You never buy wards.
I did not like the comment about not knowing.
But you said a minute and a half. It's
No, I
60
said-
Alright, Chappie, he's exploding himself a little bit.
Entry wards.
Comes back on spot, but there it is. Hexes, Lotus out the way, and now relocate back out. Crystal's flicking in, but will find nothing. Denny off the BKB, and that might just be enough to make them call it off. The fresh BKB too, isn't it? Yeah, put it right back in the backpack.
Yeah, he's actually opting to keep it out because they figured that there's going to be a long siege, so he wants his BKB not to have the backpack
cooldown.
penalty in terms of cooldown.
He needs it. And they're sticking around here anyway, you don't need a boots of travel really. You're fast enough if you keep your fire soul stacks up.
Much appreciated. Players here.
Well, the rest of the lanes get to push in because Roger, or General rather, keep on throwing out rocket flares to the other lanes, so they don't need to leave. They get to stay.
But it looks like they will, at least to push out this mid lane here.
Okay.
4 range
Fair
creeps.
I was wrong. It's late, 78 minutes into the game. Getting a little bit tired. Analysis is a little bit off.
What did they do with the money? I mean, Chappie's sitting at 7k, like, you'd figure he'd start building some sort of moonshot or something at least.
Feed your moonshard to Wisp? I don't know, man.
Homesword already got one, so he's beyond
Monkey
that
King
point.
doesn't have one.
Yeah.
He's
So-
not have one. He's opting maybe to switch it for a butterfly, maybe switch it out for his Battle Fury.
Oh, he's trying to get a butterfly. It's just really difficult
Oh, yeah.
to get the courier out there because
got
Navi had vision of that up there.
Get it now, the creeps actually followed for a while, but the speed boost will carry it for what? Right. Yeah, do you replace it Death later? Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, that minus armor doesn't mean as much as heroes start to get way more armor. Minus armor is more effective the less armor he has. Fun fact. You might disagree with me, but you'd be wrong.
No, I'm aware of seeing the charts.
We all know the math, it's fine.
Yeah, I just thought he might keep it in his backpack. Or at least there when he's doing the building damage, if they ever get a chance to push.
If they ever get a chance to push, I'm on board with that.
I think he wanted to have enough money for buyback, maybe that was why he sold it.
Yeah.
I really
that's
actually
6
do
enough
like
surplus.
Navi's vision here. They have a nice set of wards surrounding the outside of Empire's base, so if they ever try to make a rotation out, they'll see them. But Empire staying inside. Out of
Two of them
vision.
will just expire though, the ones on the high ground. And they all expired now, haven't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, your comment's a little 7 minutes late, dude.
With flair.
Oh well.
What is it, 6.5 now? I don't know. I don't know anything about mods, guys. Look at me. Oh
I
well.
hate you. Whatever.
The
it
Centaur
looks
was
like
lasts
I'm
for 4 minutes.
forced to play
80
support
minutes.
and stacks with you.
From the tempest of battle.
I don't mind.
Illusion.
Support's fun. I get to run around, do whatever I want.
Yeah. Alright.
Long game, huh?
Really is.
How about that, guys? Nice weather.
I need to figure out some way of actually casting from my bed.
From your bed.
Yeah, like just beam in-house streaming something to my laptop.
So you can just
Remote
close your
desktop, remote
eyes,
desktop.
close your eyes and start pretending you know what's happening.
In this technically possible, I'm pretty sure.
It is technically possible. All right.
Yeah.
See, everybody's smoked up on the side of Empire, though. It looks like they might be tired of how long they've been sitting in this game too. They just want something to happen.
South mid. They might make that jump in.
I think it's fair though. Double Lincolns even. It's really pretty much impossible for them to actually initiate. Between that,
Yeah.
by the time you double pop, he'll have his BKB out, and it's like, okay, what do we do?
Meanwhile, on the side of Navi, they don't want to try and push up on the high ground with all those Venomancer wards sitting there. Like, again, it's all about initiation for both these teams. Whoever gets a better initiation off. Of course, that's the case with, like, most lineups, more so with this one. Whoever gets a better initiation wins the team fight, and that's just how it is. And again, it's much easier to defend when you have buybacks as well, versus pushing when you have buybacks. You're just there faster. Everything's on your terms. You have shrines to fall back on. I guess Navi's down one shrine though.
Some pepperonis.
That's about as far as things go. For
Almost last
advantages.
kill. Like 10 minutes
It's been
ago, wasn't it?
quite some time, number of years. Tank Dota letting us know that Disruptor has finally managed to farm a Negative Scepter, but has no buyback because of it. Shout out to Kink Dota.
We haven't actually
Can't
talked
go.
about this axe, have we?
He just got it, I
It's,
believe.
yeah, it is potentially game changing. I can definitely see why he wants to pick it up rather than buyback, because like he buys back with a normal static storm, it's still not really going to have as much of an impact this time around, or these days.
Right, we got Monkey Kings moving around in tree form. I've had enough of this game.
Gonna make himself to a tree on a tree? No, jumping down.
Anyway, I was gonna say real quick, building on what you just said. Okay, tether stuns on Wisp.
Glimpse back on Mipushka. Burst strike trying to outplay it, but he's dead. Ouch.
No buyback.
Are you serious?
Actually, no buyback. Gem
No
down.
buyback. One gold missing. He's not gonna have that tick in. 90
Looking
seconds.
for it.
Down for the count. Ghostly doesn't really have the big wall of wards up just yet, but the creep's also still in middle lane, so he'll have some time.
There's no way Navi knows that he doesn't have buyback though, right?
He really shouldn't.
Yeah.
Why does he not have buyback? Did he buy?
He
Sure, I
bought
guess.
part of Black King bar.
Yeah, but he's had that Orb club up for a while. So I guess we just didn't have the reliable gold for it.
I actually didn't see what got traded for that. My bad. I mean, it's been a while since any like actual team fights have happened. There wasn't any reason for him to like be poor, dying again and again.
This time, Crystallized will pick up the Aegis.
I'll be up in the stakes now.
She is going to Roger.
Does he have two
So
now? He's got one.
Clockwork has
And
one
there's-
of the cheese.
Okay.
this has to be a push, right? I mean, it doesn't really get any better for Navi at this point, does it?
Have we touched on the Roger Refresher Orb yet?
No, we haven't.
Oh,
That's
wow.
something that's
Look at Dandy
Roger's
shredding
Echo
through the
Slams have
wards.
been pretty key here. So if we can get two of them off in these fights, it would be really huge.
again, one thing I wanted to mention real quick, if I can get this in before team fight starts, is the tether and relocate out of Wisp saves a lot of people from Static Storm, so it doesn't really matter as far as catching the Storm Spirit out by himself with the Static Storm with the Aghanim Scepter. He's just gonna get pulled out by the Disruptor, I mean, by the Wisp like he has many times before.
Yep. Look at what's on the courier. Dandy has enough of this. Divine Rapier.
Okay!
He-
Divine
he
Rapier
means
time,
business.
84 minutes in. Yeah.
Doesn't even have the Aegis, like, he's like... Wow.
I mean, it's a bold choice.
Hook shot, there it is. Empire, they go on him. Static Storm comes out, Crystallized was on PKB, can't quite find a target just yet though. Sharpie, now pops ultimate, and Ghostic is... Oh no, he's dropped out of his ultimate! It's cancelled immediately! No one said just yet, General down to half health, but oh no.
Is that it? Is that all we get?
Oh, that was so unfortunate. Happy, I don't know if it was a 4-star or a relocate or something, I don't know. Something pulled him out of his ultimate.
I missed that completely. I was just super excited to see a team fight happen.
No
Alright.
Echo Slam, just a couple of BKBs and a couple ultis used, and that's it. Nobody dies.
Yeah.
Triple fire.
Vanscore has reached level 25, and now he does have the Tether Stuns talent. Here's a little bit of throwback there.
Yes, we're back to when that was extremely imbalanced actually. So
The most OP ability in the game?
yeah. That's what, 2.25 seconds as much as it slows, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's as much as it slows. So it's a stun for 0.25 seconds. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny how both Earth Spirit and Wisp's level 25 abilities are things that they used to have just on their base hero. The ally hero pullback and the tether stun. Dota's come a long way.
In balance-wise, it does make a difference whether you have it like in the late game versus whether you have it throughout the entire game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh.
And a lot of other heroes have like really cool things at level 25 that can sort of like let them make it so that kind of advantage in having tether stuns or ally pullback isn't as big of a deal. Everybody gets something super cool at 25. At least we don't have to do respawn talents anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That was,
actually pretty
it's a little bit
ridiculous.
silly. Yeah.
Minus 60-second respawn timer on Venomancer. You know, that was
Yeah.
something.
I mean, I think Venom still has one of the best challenge trees in the game, but when he had that respawn timer, it definitely, I think he had the best challenge tree in the game outside of Lone Druid.
Oh yeah, the
Those
Lone
Lone
Druid was
Druids?
ridiculous. It just
He had
turned him into a sniper.
Yeah, he turned into sniper. He had like ranged. He had respawn timer. He had
Damage
his
as
own
well, I
hero
think?
damage. Actually, he dropped. Then he has dropped the divine rapier, but he forgot that courier cannot pick it up.
Well,
I think he wanted to make a play that was like, oh, it's a Neko. It's fine.
Like suiciding in and then coming back
and buying
afterwards.
back with the rapier. Yeah.
no, you suicide in, then you kill the guy who picked up the rapier, and then Crystallize picks it up. So that way you transfer the net worth.
Alright, Wisp no buyback now. And Wisp holding Vladimir's offering to make team fight a little bit easier for Monkey King and Storm Spirit and everybody. Everyone gets all the items now. We're 88 minutes in. Come on, guys.
I mean, that
Fight it out.
lifesteal and that extra damage can make a huge difference here at this point where everyone's sitting for like 200 plus. Yes,
Yeah.
except for the Venomancer. Poor guy. At least not in his base damage. But certainly the Monkey King is going to be happy about that, and Storm Spirit in particular. Alright, smoked up again. All the buybacks are back up apart
Oh,
from
we
Vansko,
got
and they might
Monkey King.
have to use one of them, but that is relocate back. BKB is used for a bunch of people. Up to
Oh,
the
look at
shrine
this building
here,
damage.
massive heals, pops the ultimate, but no one's in it. Bendy, no more BKB, Liquid Spheres, Orbisorb, everything else protect him, and the Aegis has expired though. The Static Storm, the Echo Slam, they catch Monkey King, this time they'll relocate out. They also catch the Storm Spit in the side, so both of the big cores are down for the count, and another one, Ghost Stick. Last buybacks will have to come out, Epicenter being channeled up, they want to fight this right here, right now, but he gets hexed up, he cannot even break in! A long zip, he will actually just straight up snipe the Disruptor. He zips all the way from base.
Alright,
This game's not over yet.
That's one. We need one more. 27k net worth advantage outside of Navi. Not that it matters. Everyone's 6 slotted. Everyone's sitting on so much gold. We're almost at the point where not worth matter anymore. Sorry.
I've had the buyback status up for 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I've had the buybacks off since like 40 minutes in, 30 minutes in.
I mean, I have
It's
them up.
might be a
but
little bit
still
too
looking-
early from a cancer perspective, but yeah, definitely now it's net worth does not matter at all.
Jackpot.
They
Alright,
almost were able to take down the Ranger X, but the glyph came out just in time, and they were able to save it.
Mean melee. Oh, wait, no. Range, yeah. Sorry. So things are a little bit everywhere now. Navi back in their base. I guess they're waiting for some abilities, cooldowns to come up before they decide to take the fight back to the enemies and strangle them out again.
Yeah, I'm gonna imagine that Navi is, or both teams are gonna wait until the Aegis comes back.
Mhm.
For them to take another fight.
Yeah. Wait, Roger didn't even use Refresher in that fight. So that's something.
yep.
Cool fact.
So that they have 2 cheeses now. Roger and General each
They
carry
ping
one.
out Lukoshka. There's actually a gem sitting right in the mid lane, but They were actually too afraid to go get it.
Just send the courier though.
Yeah, but this is the amount of pressure that Navi is applying. That they know that there's a gem there, and they're not going for it.
Gem bait. Just trying to see some advanced tactics from both teams.
I think it's actually slightly out of vision, so they might not have even have noticed.
Yeah, but the creepers have passed it. Like they, they have to have seen it by now.
Oh boy, look at that tasty looking gem.
He actually missed the range creep. Little zip.